Dinner and a Game and Many Worlds Taverns have partnered together to bring incredible teas and coffees to the Dagger family. And now you can get 10% off of your orders when you use the promotional code Dinner and a Game, all one word, no spaces, at checkout. And if you use our link, manyworldstaverns.com/dinner and a game, we get a little bit back from Many Worlds Taverns as well. Support excellent products from an incredible small business and help support Dinner and a Game at the same time. And always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table.
When I sit across the table from you, once a week, a month, or like every 6 months, depending on people's schedules. So the clickety-clack of dice in our crew keep me warm inside before we smack down an evil cold just to gain a level. And we roll. We rolled a critical hit to the heart. People grow up, forget how to play, but not us, no. We laugh due to a dad joke or innuendo. Probably it's how every adventure that we create is our own cinematic universe, and it ties us together, and we will never forget. We roll. Yeah. Yeah, we roll. We rolled a critical hit to the heart. We will never, never, ever forget. We will never, never, ever forget. We will never, never, ever forget. We will never, never, ever forget.
them were actually none of them were burnt.
No,
Like
none
for
of them.
some reason, like
Yeah.
we like associate the Salem witch trials. Thanks, Ray. With burning witches, but none of them were actually killed that way. They
That
were
was
either
the-
hung, and one of them was actually crushed to death.
Yeah. The burnings took place overseas, and that was a bit.
It was in Europe that the burnings actually took place.
Yep. Yeah.
But for some reason we've associated it with American witches because of that.
Makes no fucking sense.
Despite the fact we never did.
Game, where we have really weird conversations.
It's the whitewashing of magic. It's the whitewashing of magic is what it is. I'm just gonna say it. It's the
You're not
whitewashing of the
fucking
magic.
wrong,
community.
Coco.
I know I am.
So, if you want to partake in the chaos and see what happens, you can join our Patreon for as little as $1 a month. And if you choose to do so, you will have access to our pre-show, our mid-break, and our post-show conversations in our live chat, as well as in our live call, as well as to the chat in the live call, which usually is where the weirder stuff happens. So if you want any of that, like I said, $1 on our Patreon, you can do that, and that will help us out and help give you a little bit more of an insight in what goes on of trying to herd these cats.
You can also watch me just greedily eat food, because I try not to eat a whole lot on stream because I'm a disgusting eater. But if that's something you want to see, it's available on Patreon.
Yeah, we don't kink shame here. If you want to see that, it only costs you $1.
Okay, look, if anyone comes in and says that's why they're there, I need half. Okay.
You want
There's a
50
sudden-
cents?
I want 50% of anything that comes in if we get new ones tonight.
I'll send you 50 cents, I swear. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. On Dinner and a Game, we are going to be playing The Walking Dead. It is a TTRPG by Free League Publishing using their Year Zero engine. This game is built a lot like their Aliens role-playing game in the fact that instead of just having your basic D6 dice pool, which is common in the Year Zero engine, which is made up of a skill plus a trait, you now have an extra mechanic, and that is called stress. Whenever you gain stress, you get a stress dice. Little d6 has to be a different color than the others, have to be understandably spottable. When you roll your dice pool, you add in the stress dice. Now that seems like it's cool because you get extra dice. But remember, there's only one outcome that normally counts in the Year Zero engine, and that's sixes. Sixes are successes, everything else is nothing. So what happens with the stress dice, it adds a new element. Sixes are still successes, but ones are critical fails. And yes, Kel?
I'll say, in a prime example of how more dice don't help, for instance, I rolled 8d6 on the last one, rolled a 1 on one of those stress dice.
Yeah, and no successes.
Yeah.
So yes, it doesn't always help to have more dice, but it's a very unique mechanic, and it really can add to the stress of a scene, which is great for a game like The Walking Dead or like a game like Aliens. Were you gonna say something, Liz? Liz?
I gave a lead to hand because there is a 5 back there, motherfucker. So you can at least get one success out of that.
Okay, let's do this. I will let it go this time, but if I get to the point where we're going to a new night and we're launching a game on a new night, you don't get to backtrack.
Yeah, I was say I brought that up after game last time, going like, "Well, I fucked up. I could have said one of y'all give me a lend a hand." I was saying how I messed that up by not mentioning it before.
Well, we
streaming
were
it
about
last
to
time.
end the session is what the only reason I hadn't redeemed that before the end of the session.
Gotcha.
Because you were actively trying to end session.
It's okay.
And
said
I
let
am
it go.
sorry to our viewers that I was
Nope.
not in costume when the session began. That's on me.
Oh, the stupid primary speakers didn't come up. Nope. Say something, guys.
I'm giving up on you.
Something.
Hang on 1 second. I just realized the audio is not working on TikTok.
Oh no.
It's because the monitor's off.
But Andy cosplay.
Coco cosplay.
There we go.
There's a skirt under there.
I was just watching. All right, so say something, guys.
I'm giving up
on you.
Why is it not coming through?
We don't fucking know
Oh, here it is. All right, try saying something again.
something.
Shit. Oh, I see what happened.
Fuck shit stack. A fuck shit stack. Come on. I love women. I love women. I love the concept of a woman.
You do know that audio is still working on Twitch, right?
Yeah, that's fine. No, do we not have any
Okay,
fans
Cheryl.
of Reggie Watts here? Come on.
Hmm.
One of the best hip hop artists of the generation. What are we talking about here?
Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, fucker, tits.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just trying to live forever?
Jesus. Ladies
Hey,
and gentlemen,
Carlin.
if you ever want to wrangle cats, just don't.
That's not cat. It's gremlins. Get it right.
While you are trying to fix audio issues, we might as well fuck around.
And find out.
Yeah.
All right, so this should be fixing everything I need to do. One more thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, when we get it together to play The Walking Dead, one thing we do and understand is that this is a very adult-themed game, which means that it's going to tackle topics that can be triggering for other people. We do have hard lines, and we have done a lines and veils session, a session 0 for this game, and we do have hard points that we do not cross. The most basic and most obvious of them are, no SA and no harm to children. That is another huge one. So if you guys want to feel like what you're going to be seeing, watching, hearing, and everything like that is going to be triggering, you can be guaranteed that those two things are not going to be brought up. But if you worry about anything else becoming something unfortunate for you and something that you do not want to deal with, that could happen.
We are also actively working to make sure that when more graphic scenes may occur, me specifically, we will be putting a prompt in chat to let you know that it is coming up, and I will vamp for a moment in character before something happens.
Vamp.
Because it'll probably be me. Look, if there's one thing I know from being on stage, it's how to vamp, okay?
Everyone knows how to vamp. Not just kidding. Actually, it's a skill.
It is. It is.
All right.
That's voguing. That's not vamping. If you had
Close
fangs,
enough.
it would be vamping. Maybe specifically Toreadoring.
Toreadoring. All right.
Funny enough, I
Get
do
an
think
echo
I
in.
have fangs somewhere on my desk. I just don't know for sure where they're at right this second.
Not for this game.
All right. Let's see if that works. Fucking fuck. Man.
Fuckity fuck, 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 fuck.
Except for
Fuckity
it gave
fuck,
me a
fuck.
lovely echo. Turn that off. All right. Sorry, TikTok. I'm going to kill the stream over there because we don't have any audio. Because I don't want you guys
They
to
couldn't hear you say it,
I know.
so I don't think they'll
I'll
care.
put it in chat real quick. Having audio issues, please join us on Twitch. All right, I'm gonna kill this because I'm not gonna really have a good stream over there. I might as well not use the resources on my PC.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for being patient. We apologize for the wait. Yeah, the live has ended. Thank you very much for telling me. So, but like I said, we do have an adult warning that will come up every like 15 minutes, I think. And that is just to make sure that anyone who comes in who's new to viewing it has that ability to, choose to step out. But all the players here have their lines and veils clearly drawn for me. We did a session 0. We talked about it all, and we have a hard understanding between each other of where it cuts off and where it stops. And so we will be staying within our comfort zone, but we cannot guarantee that we can stay within yours. So if you have any situations where you feel uncomfortable watching the game, we understand completely. Feel free to jump over somewhere else. And we will not feel bad in any way, shape, or form for you having done that, because the most important thing is maintaining your own mental health, and you are the only one who can really safeguard that. So do what you can to keep yourself safe, which includes like bailing on a stream if they're making you feel uncomfortable for any reason whatsoever, because that's the best thing you can do for yourself. And like I said, there'll never be any hard feelings between us and you, because this is what it is, and it's a dark game. The Walking Dead is, number one, an incredibly dark series of comics. Number two, The Walking Dead is also a very, very dark TV show. And all of its spin-offs are as well. So you really have no safety with it. There's nothing around that makes it safer. But all that being said,
If anything, the human element makes it worse.
Basically, I guess the long and short is you've been warned, and if you've ever seen the content before, you should know what you're in for.
yeah,
Yeah.
this has been one of those.
Yeah.
This has been one of those games where, you know, we've had scenes where people were just like, they needed a minute afterwards.
Like
There's
I
a
had
reason
seen
why I keep this
where-
on my desk as a fidget. It's great for this session because I just sit and spin and spin and spin, and I'll have my mic muted, and it'll be under the desk where you guys can't see it. Like the entire time, like we were getting ready for like the shit with Skinner. I had this under the desk, and I was like,
Oh, after the taking down of the 4 guys in the community, I needed a minute after session. I was like, that was a lot darker than I meant it to be. I'm so sorry, everybody. I went to a place and I apologize. That one hit me in a way. Yeah.
No, and it makes perfect sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we have our after call where we get to do a wind down. We usually stay about 15-20 minutes after the call, unless everyone's blasted. But we have a cool down session. We have a care session after the show. And it is only because sometimes the show can get very heavy. And so always want to make sure everyone's okay. Always want to make sure that nothing out of the ordinary happened. And we have an X system. The X card system is basically letting people know when you're uncomfortable. And that is our cast chat, which I always have up right in front of me. It's actually what I look at while I stream. I don't look at the streams up there on this other screen above. The cast chat is here. That's why I'm always looking here. Because I can see their faces, I can see chat. If anyone ever just types the capital letter X in chat, the scene automatically ends. Because that means someone has had some line or boundary crossed. And we need to jump out of it immediately. I'll probably almost always go to break too, so we can see if everyone's okay. So don't worry about what.
we've gotten close, but I've never thrown an X card.
Yeah.
I'm about to say my desire to just throw an X for no reason, just to be that guy.
Stop you.
Just to stop you, just stop you mid-sentence, just be like, oh, I'm good. I just wanted to see how quickly you'd respond, Bray. I think that might
live.
You do know exactly where I live. And you two will soon as well. Y'all know why. Y'all got mail coming from me in the near future.
Oh.
Yeah. I wanted to get them to you before the season's done. So I'm working on it now.
Gotcha.
Oh. My dad has a 3D printer now, and so
Nice.
you need to send me things, Coco.
Okay.
All right. So when we left off, we actually left the characters off in a very, very crucial scene.
Can I do the recap?
Yes, absolutely. Go right ahead.
Okay. Fantastic. I love doing the recaps. Okay. Previously on The Walking Dead Jazz Funeral, our party of Andy, myself, and Alex were tracking down the former leader of the Lakeside Estates community. Had to remember the name of the community that we came up with, that I think I made. The Lakeside Estates community, seeking them out, finding out that they were not, in fact, just some heavily medicated, neurodivergent, and mentally unstable person, but in fact a scientist working alongside some kind of paramilitary group. We were intercepted by that group, and they tasked us with going to find Mariana, the person in question, to gather either them or the data that they had on them that they were supposed to be bringing to said organization. In the process, we ended up coming across Mariana, had a pretty tense interaction, and I in my desire to want to put her down for past misdeeds, nudged her pretty hard in the side to make sure she wasn't faking the injury she claimed to have. Turns out she did have it. Alex, Kel's character, attempted to make a medicine roll and got a full-on failure. Within this system, we were mentioning it earlier, if you have successes with a 1, it is a messy success. It happens, but there's going to be a problem. If you have no successes and a 1, it is an outright failure, and bad things happen. That was not a glitch. I was just being very trying to make a point. So now we have
You're good.
a Mariana who is bleeding from a gunshot wound that was doing fine, but I apparently really fucked up. And we need one of two things from her, either to keep her alive or to find out where she has her data. And that's where we pick up. Fuck.
All right. So, Alex, you go in to start putting the bandage on Mariana, and you are on autopilot. You're just like, because you're thinking about a million other things right now, and this is simple. You're gonna put gauze on the wound, you're gonna wrap her up, and that's it. You've done this like 100 times, especially since the plague. So you just walk up to her. You have the god, and you're going on autopilot. You have the med kit beside you, and before you see the wound as she takes the bandage off, it's a gunshot wound. It's a through and through, but it's still oozing, and your brain just on autopilot does it. You grab the pack, you rip it open, and you pour the clot. When you do that, she had no warning and no idea you were going to do it. And she fucking yells at the top of her lungs because she was not expecting anything like that to happen.
Yep.
So you're sitting there, right? And you're like, you probably put your hand over her mouth or whatever. And as you put your hand on her mouth, she's like, she doesn't know what's happening. She's acting instinctively. She starts backing away from you, and she's like pushing herself across the kitchen counter. She goes over the counter and flips upside down on the other side of the counter, where you hear a loud crack.
I look at Alex, and I look at Andy. I just kind of like lean over the counter.
She is laying on the ground. You see blood you see blood pooling out from the back of her head.
I look down at her. Any knocked pat out?
Because of what was happening, you can still see that her pulse is pumping in her neck.
Okay, I'm gonna immediately pull one from my satchel. I keep that little bitty med kit thing, that's one bandit, one gauze, one tape, and my my smelling salts. And I'm going to immediately just put it to her nose and try to get her to wake up. Just gonna try to pull. I just need her awake for a moment. If you want me to make some kind of roll for that,
Medicine roll.
Medicine roll, okay.
Yeah.
My medicine. Ooh, God, I dropped my empathy. That 1 point, and it makes a difference. It makes a difference on dice pool. One dice can make a world of difference. Give me 1 second here. I just got to check my dice, see which ones I want to use. Okay. I only need 3 for this one. I need 2 stress. Okay. Hold on. Look, I want to make sure everyone knows my hands are above the table. These are my stress dice. This is the first roll of the game.
Is this roll gonna make me want to jump through the camera at you?
Probably. Hold on. Let me go ahead and roll my others too, just for shits and giggles. Okay, that's fine.
Giggles.
I cannot
The
wait
white are my
to see
stress
how
dice.
ridiculous this is gonna be.
Because
Where are
it's
you
not-
posting it in, Coco?
It's not as good as you think it is, but it's still pretty damn good. The white ones are my stress dice.
Yeah. Which, for those who are new and have not seen us play, Coco here has some. Well, actually, I should point more like that for the overlay. Has some
The other
Stupid.
way.
Other way.
Stupid. Good luck on dice rolls.
I do. Oh, come on. Why are you not posting? What is wrong with you?
What did you get? I need to know for mechanics.
2 successes
Uh-huh.
on the stress,
Okay.
both 6s just immediately, and then nothing on the other side. That's
it.
that's one of the worst rolls I've had.
No problem. No problem. So here's here's what happens.
Mhm.
You jump down. You put the selling salts under her head.
Mm-hmm.
Her eyes pop open, and one pupil is boom, and the other one's tiny.
I
She's
kind of
like-
tap on the face.
And her eyes are like,
Mariana, I don't think you're not gonna make it. I'm just gonna be straight up with you, bitch. You're not gonna make it, and I'm not totally upset about that. But the world needs what you were working on, whatever the fuck it was. Where is your data? Where is it? Point me in a direction. Something. We need to find it. That is, you can save the fucking world, Mariana. You just have to make a decision right now. I need you to get. And I kind of just lightly tap her on the face, try to get her to
blinks-
focus
she
on
blinks
me.
real fast and looks up at you. And she
Can you
says-
hear me? Can you
and she says,
communicate?
The patio took my chocolate.
One more time.
The patio took my chocolate.
The patio took your chocolate. Patio
Fuck,
took your
she's got
chocolate.
aphasia.
Yeah. Can you point in a direction for me? Can you point towards where you hit it?
She's like lifting her hand up with a point out, and then she goes like this.
Did you swallow it?
Chicken gumbo.
That's a yes. Fuck. Okay. God damn it. Okay.
She suddenly
Alex.
turns her head and throws up.
Does anything come out?
No.
No. Okay. Okay.
I looked up all the symptoms for traumatic
she's
brain
fine.
injury.
She's dying. There's nothing I can do for her.
Yeah, there's literally nothing we can do for her.
Okay,
As soon as you said crack, I was like,
Hey,
ah.
Alex, do you have any more of those morphine? Any more of your morphine plunges? We have a lot back at the house everyone just went to. But do you have any more of your emergency morphine?
So I'm pretty sure I should still have, like, out of character thing. I think I should still have. Because
Yeah,
how many did I start off
You had
with?
one ampule left.
Why not could I have more? Because I only used one.
I thought you had.
You had
We
three.
only used the one on you,
Yeah.
and then the other ones that we've used have been from the stash
Oh
that
no,
we took.
no. Mina was using your own ampules on you.
Oh, that's right. Mina did use my own. That's right. So, yeah, so I got one left. I forgot about that. That's
Wait,
right.
Mina used. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mina was using your own. So you have one left.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Look.
she used it when they were carrying me to make sure I was
Yeah.
quiet when my ribs were still.
Okay, So
crushed.
don't waste it. Never mind. I'm gonna just look down at her, and I'm gonna. I'm gonna. Oh,
As you look down at her,
yeah.
you hear a very loud clump. And you look up and you see that the back porch sliding doors,
Uh-huh.
there are walkers.
Coming towards us.
No, they're already there.
Oh, they're already there.
Yeah, they just but the first one just bumped into the door, and they are just like starting to hit the glass sliding door, and there are probably a dozen walkers out
I
there,
hate it here. Cal, this is your fault.
and that's the back
This is your
door.
fucking fault.
I know it is.
I love
you
you,
look-
my guy, but why is your dice luck this horrible?
As you look, if everyone like looks over the walkers, you can see that the house on behind this house has been like burnt to the ground, and that the back fence is collapsed. So it's basically like an open field, and there are walkers moving in off the street into the yard. It's not a big
Okay.
herd, but it's like 30 or 40.
Okay. Are they coming? Like, is it a glass patio door,
Yes.
or is it like French doors? It's
No,
glass
it's a
patio door.
patio door. It's
Okay.
a sliding door, and they're already hitting it hard enough that it is rocking.
It's starting to wobble and probably
Yeah.
gonna break.
And
yeah.
it will definitely break before too long.
Andy, you're the smallest and fastest of us. Can you go check that back room where she was for anything? She had a bag on her earlier. Can you go check for that bag back there?
Yeah.
Just quickly.
Is that gonna be scout or survive? That
movement.
would be scout, right?
Movement first to see how fast you get back there, because that's going to determine how
Okay.
long I give you before the walkers crash through. And then after that, you're going to do a scout roll.
Yeah.
Because if I remember correctly,
Mind your foot.
we're like here for the for like living room. The garage.
I had
is
no
here.
successes, but there is a 5 on
Hold
there.
on,
If
hold
someone
on. I
does.
already saw it. I'm already
So-
on it.
Corey, you're kind of it's basically a split ranch. So
Yeah.
the master bedroom is behind the kitchen and everything like that, and all the other bedrooms are behind the living room, and you're in or to the right of the living room, and you're in the living room. So you're in the middle of the house, and to your left is the garage. No, sorry, to your right is the garage door. To your left is the kitchen, which is on the back of the house, and the master bedroom, which is at the front of the house.
Okay. Okay.
She came from the master.
She came from master. So okay.
So you got one success.
Yep, 1 success.
Yeah, so I was watching your roll there. Like I said, mind your foot.
Mind your foot.
Yeah,
All right.
Remember, you
got
still
one
have
success.
the booty
Did you
on
make
for
your
your
scout
sprained
roll yet?
ankle.
not yet.
Okay, make your scout roll. 'Cause remember, the
Uh.
movement rolls told me how fast you got back there. The scout roll is going to tell me how quickly, if you find anything, and how quickly. What is that face for?
That is a success.
Okay. A success, right?
Yep.
One success.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's fine. So you just sprint down the hallway, and you're literally trying to move so fast that you're stumbling over yourself. You're bouncing off the walls. You finally get around the corner, and you see where the door is to the kitchen.
It's Andy Pinball.
To the master bedroom. It's been left open. The master bedroom is actually kind of pristine. It was like, these people like had made their beds already that day or whatever, and so. But sitting in the middle of the bed is the backpack, a radio, which is sitting beside the backpack, and a what looks to be a very small, tight, one of those micro laptops I used to have back in the day, which doesn't have any internet or anything like that, but it's basically just a text machine. So, and that's on the bed, and it's open, and she was obviously working on something.
Okay, I'm gonna
It's still got
stuff
juice.
that in the bag and throw it on me and get the fuck out of there.
As you stuff in the bag, one thing catches your eye that makes you pause. There is a collapsible solar panel in a slit in the bag. She had juice this entire time.
Yep.
So you come running out of the back bedroom.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what are you guys
Andy's
doing?
Andy's not fucking around.
The
They're
walkers
just
are
like
still
nope,
banging
nope,
on the
nope,
glass.
Nope, nope.
You hear Annie come running. She's running up the hallway so fast. She's slams on the wall, but doesn't give a shit and is still trying to go forward. And just a moment as she comes into the area where the kitchen is from behind where the bedroom is, the glass is just shattered and walkers come falling in.
To the front door. I'm gonna reach into my bag, and one of those grenades.
Andy is
that I
way
took
ahead of you.
today-
Yeah.
Andy didn't even fucking stop.
Andy
Andy
just
just
went
went
around the corner.
straight. He's like, nope.
Well,
Alex on point. Get to the front door. Make sure we clear our way out there. I'm gonna take one of the grenades out of the bag that I took earlier that
Mhm.
Mia tried to blow us up
Mhm.
with.
Mhm.
I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna back towards the door, and I'm just gonna roll it
Yeah,
down
they're
toward.
they're keying on you now, so there's
Yeah. I'm just
moving
rolling
forward.
it straight towards him because I'm fairly far. I'm 20, 30 feet away from him in this hallway. But I'm gonna roll it towards him, and I'm gonna book out that front door.
It's an easy thing to do, but there is one possible thing that could happen if you mess up. So
Mhm.
I do want you to roll. What are you gonna roll?
Ranged combat.
Probably yes.
yeah.
Okay. So
And I'll say too, once we're all out of the building, I'm probably gonna pick Andy up because again, where they got that bad foot, they ain't sprinting.
Oh, she's still sprinting. There's adrenaline happening here.
Well, I know you get what I'm saying though. It's like once we're out the door, I'm
Two
gonna say like, nah,
successes.
just
2, perfect. That's all you only needed 1. So yeah, it goes running back, and instantly one of them hits it with her heel and it goes shooting back into the crowd and it's gone. I'm assuming you turn around and sprint.
Oh, I grab the MAC-10 off of the counter. I spray her. I put a burst into her head and then go.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Why are you putting a burst in her head? Let that bitch suffer.
Nah, I don't want anyone else suffering from her. And even if they start to eat her, she still comes back. And I wanted to kill her, not Alex's fuck up.
It would have been an interesting experiment to see if someone who had been brain damaged by physical damage would come back or not, because their brain's not destroyed. So do they come back or not?
What kind of fucked up walker would that like spawn?
It's a doof walker.
I mean, they end up with they have a hammer coming out of their head. Yeah. And they bled to death, but the brain stem wasn't the brain wasn't destroyed. So yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah. But I just do like just 1, 2 into her head, and then
All right. So you haul ass towards the door.
Yep.
Andy and Alex are at the door. Andy, when you get out into the street, there are some walkers who are now out on the street and they're moving like towards the house. In fact, you have to literally. I'm not gonna make you roll for it because it's only a single walker. But as you come out into the lawn, you literally had to cack one that was coming for the door anyway. And so, but you're hyped up on adrenaline so bad right now. You're not even, you're doing things on instinct.
Yeah, Andy is on autopilot, and Andy's autopilot is fucking deadly.
Yeah. And so you instantly take down the one that's out front. As you move out into the street, you can tell that up and down this block, there is probably about 10 different walkers that are moving, but they're so scattered out, they're not really a threat. You could easily take them out one at a time, but you do hear the noise of the walkers trying to, you hear the crump and you see the big smoke come off the back of the house. And then the noise of the walkers begins to surge again after the crump goes away. And you can see that they're now pouring into the house, and the ones that, but now it's kind of weird because the ones that did see Coco run are dead or not able to move. So the others are just going to come in and start like going all different directions because they don't have any prey in front.
They
of them.
just have
they do. There's a dead body
and
on the
most
ground.
of them are going to stop to try and eat Mariana, which is going to cause a traffic jam.
That was the other thought.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you can hear the walker's noise getting much more intense in the house. You recognize it as them doing the aggression thing when they feed, because they always get louder when they feed. So as you guys are getting on the street, where do you want to go?
Directly to where we're going right back to where he was. We're taking the street straight down, going back to the waterfront and moving straight up.
Gotcha.
I am definitely like slinging the Mac over my like on the other side of me, on the other side of my bag, and just knife out and going.
Gotcha. The only bad thing about the Mac is you only have one actual clip for it now.
Yeah.
So unless they have more clips for a Mac, you're kind of.
We have a bunch more. They're just not with us.
Oh, true.
Yeah, we have the other Mac
from
11. We have the other Mac 11 and like 12 magazines for it.
That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot.
But
right.
obviously, as running, because again, even though they're on adrenaline, just because again where they got the sprained ankle, Alex is going to try and like scoop up Andy over the shoulder.
Yeah, Andy is doing the whole. I'm sprinting. I think I'm sprinting, but I'm actually limping. Like I'm actually looks like I'm limping so hard I look like I'm trying to skip.
Yep. And it's going to be running, grab, shoulder.
Andy, can you slide the backpack off? Can you we take a second? Give me the backpack so you have less.
Yeah, Andy just
slides it off
from Alex's shoulder, just hands it off.
I throw it on. That way, Alex has less weight. We kind of balance this out a little bit, and we are just straight sprinting.
Nope.
Honestly, because of how small Andy is, honestly, that bag would make a difference.
I need movement rolls from Coco and from Alex.
Yep.
Andy is going to be like scouting in case they need to shoot.
Yeah, I was figuring Andy's like literally got her back arched. She's
Yeah,
like
Andy's
in a
like,
gunner position on the back.
One success.
One success. All right. So, Coco, you're having no trouble moving. You're like hauling ass, but after about, because remember, you came all the way down the like 6 blocks down, 4 blocks down, and
Yeah.
so as you're running back, Alex is starting to get a little gassed when you get about 2 blocks away from the yard that you crossed through.
Mhm.
And you guys
Swap.
trying-
I
Yeah.
literally just swap, bag off, go to hand it to Alex. I take Andy.
Yeah.
Just swap.
So if you do that with 1 success each, and you exchanging Andy back and forth, you
Mm-hmm.
guys can make the run in without ever.
Why do I feel like a hot potato now?
Look, kid, you're fucked up right now. Come on.
So you guys make it back to the wall. What you do to shove Andy over the.
Oh, there was no wall. There is specifically a house here that has no fencing whatsoever.
Oh, yeah.
That's where we passed through was the one that had no fencing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we're straight to the river and then
Yeah.
back towards the airboat. Yeah.
You see the airboat sitting there. The guy sees you coming, and he's like, "What the fuck was all that noise?"
When we got in there, she freaked out. And it looks like at some point she got herself fucked up. She fell over, cracked her fucking head. She's gone. She's fucking gone. But, and I kind of grab the bag and I go, look, we got her shit.
You just show him the bag.
I show him, I pull out the laptop. That's all I pull out is the laptop.
He looks at it and says, "I hope to God you're right." He's
I
like,
hope so too. And I throw it in the bag.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here before the fucking animals find us.
Let's go.
And so he fires up the airboat.
And I
run back.
am pistol out. If I see anything that is not a walker that looks aggressive, I'm shooting. I'm not questioning it.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So as you are making your way back up the canal,
Well, within reason, to
Yeah.
be clear.
Yeah, I mean, there's some person getting water out of this thing and for themselves.
Just double tap them. Just
Someone's
I
grandma
become a
fetching
monster.
water, and you're like, "Oh."
don't drink that water.
We're here to help.
But anyway, so yeah, he goes flying down the canal. Make me a scout roll, Coco.
Scout.
Yeah.
My scout is now. Woo! Me upping my wits to 5 is great.
And Alex, you did take another level of stress, right? You're muted.
Yeah, remember, 'cause
Coco,
remember
we
did
have
that-
to have the counter.
Yeah. Anyway, I was gonna say, remember we did the stress thing at the end of last session off
Mhm.
camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we already went through the whole bit.
Perfect.
Staved off, getting
So,
back, getting
Out
normal
of
stuff.
9 dice, out of 9, I only got 2 successes.
Got it.
Damn it.
Damn it. 2 successes is still really good. So, with your 2 successes, one thing you see very quickly is that as the boat is driving, going up the canal. Remember, the canal only goes 2 directions. There's
Yeah.
no crosses on it or anything like that. Actually, there's one at Veterans Boulevard. That's the only one where it crosses anything. But for the most part, it goes straight. As it goes straight back up to the Lake Pontchartrain, you can see that on the cross street that is following it for like a block after you guys are right before you get to the actual lake, you can see that there is a little like 4x4 Toyota truck.
Yeah.
That has like a couple of people in the back of it who are holding like assault rifles.
Yeah.
And they're hanging onto the bar, and it just comes around a corner and it just trails you until the end of the street, and then it just comes to a stop. It slides to a stop at the end of the street, and you can see one of the guys in the back of it is like, he's got like a walkie out, and he's talking into the walkie.
You see that? I say to them, what's your fucking name? Or I'm shouting, you see that, right?
I don't know if I gave him a name yet.
I don't think you did, but let me pull my notes up.
Okay. If not, I can just give him another one. It doesn't matter.
Nope.
He's an NPC that's probably going to get eaten by something.
The last note I had was all the stuff that Coco found.
Lieutenant Davis.
Okay, Lieutenant Davis. No, it's the name is Lieutenant Dan. All right,
Davis,
no,
you saw them, right? You worried about that?
he kind of like, I saw it, but I can't do shit about it right now. He's like, yes, we're always worried about that. We've been made, and that's not fucking good.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
He's like, oh, he hasn't slowed down. He comes shooting down to the lake. It's like, remember, you got that thing he has to do over land to get back into the lake.
Yeah. Question.
Yeah.
Do any of them look like the Reclaimed?
They're all wearing animal masks.
All wearing animal masks?
Mhm.
Dope. I'm trying to think. Yeah, no, I'm wearing my beanie. I'm not wearing the vest right now, but I am wearing the vest. I'm wearing the vest and the beanie. Shit. Though we moved past we moved past them pretty quick, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. But they were following alongside you for a little bit.
For a minute, yeah.
And it's by alongside you, it's still like 60 yards from the street.
Okay. So clear sight is maybe we get lucky and they don't know it's us.
So he gets out into Lake Pontchartrain. He starts he starts basically heading back the way you came.
Yeah.
As you guys get back to the starting location, some of the guys come down to help you up out of the canal, and everyone gets down, and you see Lieutenant Davis goes running into like where the command center is right now, and he goes running into the command center, and he goes up to the commander, and he says, "We've been made." He's like, at least 4, possibly more. Small civilian vehicle, all armed, all wearing masks. And the commander's like, all right. He's like, saddle up, gear up. He's like, did you get what I needed? And he looks at you, Coco.
Oh, he says to me, I take the backpack out. I pull out that. I pull out everything that looks like data related notebook. What all is in the bag? Like there's the laptop thing.
There's the data book, which is the laptop thing.
Yeah.
There is a notebook as well. You recognize it. It's one of those same things that she had all her other notes in.
Yeah.
There's a notebook in there as well. There is some rations and stuff like that. There is there is a small case that looks like one of those school pencil boxes, but it's made out of aluminum.
Okay.
Right? And it's heavy. Like this little case weighs about 4 pounds.
I'm going to just like open that.
You don't really see a way to open it. There's no exterior hinge.
Does it have like a port on any side?
It has. It doesn't take you long to find it, but as you look around, on one side of it, on the outside short edge, there is a little thing that you can push aside, and looks like there's a slot, like you could insert maybe a key or something into it.
Is there a key or anything on it?
Not
like
on
in
it.
the bag, not in the bag or anything.
Mm-mm.
Probably on her. I hand him that. I don't know what this is. I'm guessing some kind of storage device. Couldn't tell you. It didn't really have a lot of time. We just grabbed what we could. So
I assume that the doc is dead then.
yeah, she cracked her head pretty bad, and
She flipped the fuck out.
yeah, she flipped out and then busted her fucking head open. We kind of had to get out.
Going,
This is gonna be fucking next to useless without her. It's like, but we'll still get it to the higher ups.
Yeah, sorry.
No.
Shit happened. Yeah.
You lived up to your side of the deal.
I hand the laptop. I hand him that. I hand him anything that looks like that they should need. I don't hold nothing back. I give them the notebook and shit. I just give them what they need. And
Andy kind of just like very quietly, like very like mousy, goes, "Can I keep the solar panel, please?"
He looks at you and he says, It says we've already got everyone here has it issued. You can have it. I don't know if you have anything that can use it.
We can
mean-
find use for it.
I'm sure we'll figure something out for it. At the very least, we can like use it for lights.
It's like just use it for batteries.
Yeah.
Pretty
Charge
much.
batteries when you stop.
Yeah.
It says, are your people going to be ready to move?
It might be a second, depending on what happens with those reclaimed that we just saw. Let us go meet up with them, because the reclaimed don't know where we're at, so that works out. Where we went is not on their radar, as far as I'm aware. No one had been in that place. So we will head there and meet with them. We have walkies. Do you have a channel or a channel specifically that we could give you some kind of code and then communicate?
He grabs one of the gives a little case thing with the walkies
Yeah.
and chargers.
Yeah.
He grabs one of his. He says, "You'll never find it." And he tosses it to you. He's like,
Cool.
"Any of the channels are monitored."
Okay, cool. Dope. I just shoved that in my bag with the rest of the shit that I have. And okay. When we meet up with y'all about getting our people out, I'll let you know what their situation is. These people were behind walls for a while. I know you know that. They may need a day to catch their breath before they leave. And I know y'all
They
probably
don't
aren't
have
going.
it.
They don't have it?
Nope.
Okay, I'll tell.
If the reclaim saw us, the reclaims are going to be like bees in a hornet's nest, and we're now looking at a running firefight.
Well, we can get over to the house. We've made sure to cover our track. They've made sure to cover their tracks pretty well for the most part. And we're not going to lead directly back there. We're going to go around the world a little bit to get to where we're going.
It says,
If y'all could get us back to our ATV, we can get out of here.
that's not a problem. He says the issue is if you want them to be able to have the best chance to get out of here, we have one good exit strategy for them. We can air evac anytime we need to with heavy support. We're fine. If you want to be able to get your people out of here, there is a fishing boat that is still whole. It says it's our backup evac, but now that we're done here, we don't need it. It says it's been made to look like shit, and the engine won't start unless we fix it, which will only take like 30 seconds. He says if we get you to that boat will get you anywhere you need to go along the coast.
Where's the boat?
He's like about 2 miles southeast of the reclaims camp.
2 miles southeast. So,
It's where all the right outside of the entry to Lake Punxsutawney, there is a portion where it's like all fishing docks. I don't think it's 2 miles though. Hang on a second.
you said southeast. That would be north. The reclaims
Isn't
are.
that the boat our friends found? Like out of above table?
Sounds like it.
Because if we were to take. So,
Coco bringing out the flashlight for the full conspiracy
well,
theory.
so I can see my map. Okay, my map's across the room. My room is
I know
dark.
there's logistics like behind it, but it sells the conspiracy theory.
You'll see what I
You
see
guys are-
now.
Let's see. You guys
So-
are back over here.
Hold on.
Yeah, you're in Lakewood. So. Oh shit! 2 miles is really accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what I'm looking at here, Ray.
Give me
I
a
will
sec.
be off screen for a moment so I can see my map properly.
Gotcha. It is just past. You just find the New Orleans airport,
Yeah.
and there's South Shore Harbor Marina, and it's technically. I thought it was south because I was putting the wrong angle on it. It is north. It is northeast for where you are.
Northeast?
Yep.
Of where we are?
Yep. I mean, it's more easterly than northerly. It's
Oh, okay. I
What,
see.
what was it called again?
New Orleans Lakefront Airport, and then there is it is the
Yeah, there's
South
the marina
Shore
right next to
Harbor
it.
Marina.
Oh, the
It's
lake.
between there's a bridge that goes across the lake, and then there's the interstate that cuts across.
Yeah, no. See, when he said
it's-
airport, I went to Louis Armstrong, New Orleans
Okay, yeah,
International.
no.
Yeah,
Wrong
me
one.
too.
The lakefront one.
Sorry,
The
You good?
local airport, not the
international.
international one.
All right, and you said it was on. There's Lincoln Beach. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I?
Just put in the map. South Shore Harbor Marina. It's a real place.
Oh no, I see it now. I had to zoom in on the airport. I thought it was further from the airport.
Gotcha. Alrighty. So, but he's like, we will get you there. We're not ready to operate or to abandon this forward operating base yet. So I'm gonna send 2 squads with you. He says, we will get them there. We'll escort them there by a vehicle. He's like, and since we are done here, he says, I don't mind busting out the large ordnance. He says, so as long as you can get them in a position where they can move within 4 hours, he says, we will be able to get you there, hopefully unmolested, but I'm pretty sure that those psychos have some decent weaponry right now.
So our people, I think they know about that boat. They were talking to us about seeing a boat that they think can get running because we have a mechanic in the group. They remember seeing one on a run that they did at some point recently. And they have a plan to get there because Lakeshore Drive isn't real occupied by walkers, and it's a straight shot to it. They had mentioned that to us previously. Let us go talk to them. We can be over there, and we can be to them in 10 minutes with how we're going to have to do this. We can be to them in 10 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
Let us get to them, and we'll go from there. We get them out. You give me the information that I need, the additional information that I need to see where our people are going, anything you have, and we'll be out of your fucking hair.
I will tell you this. Your people didn't go by water, so...
So they went on foot?
Yeah.
If you can give me a direction, I can take it from there.
Apparently, from where we caught up to them, they crossed I-10.
They crossed I-10 going east, I'm guessing?
Yep. They're headed into Mississippi.
They're heading to Mississippi. Okay, that was the route. That was the route from here. Okay. So they're sticking
Going on
to
I-10 was crazy, but they made it somehow.
Hey. I'll tell you this. No one should ever underestimate my wife and my family. If anyone can survive this shit, it's them. So they're fucking smart. She is fucking smart. I kind of catch in my throat for a second. Means she's still alive. Means we're gonna have to take I-10, guys. I know that kind of sucks a little bit, but that's the direction we're gonna have to go.
He's
We're
like,
gonna take
the boat can dump you on the other side without having to walk across I-10. He said, I meant if you're sticking with that group,
no.
they're going to stick
They're
with the boat, then-
Gotta say they're going their own way. We're probably gonna go ours. If any of them want to come with us, that's their own choice. But we have separate goals here, and they don't need to take the route I'm taking.
All right. He says, in that case, we're going to saddle up, and we'll get ready to send the squads in 2 hours. He says, just get on the horn. Let us know when you're ready, and let us know where we're meeting you.
Yeah.
He's like, you have your own transports. He says, our Bradleys won't hold that many people.
Yeah.
He says, so you have your own transports. We'll take you out there with 2 Bradleys with escorts, with the troops in the Bradleys as escort. He says, if anything goes down, you are expected to help defend yourselves.
Of course.
And if my people withdraw, and they do have orders to withdraw if the attack they're under is too strong, you guys are on your own. You can come back with them if if you don't slow them down. But your vehicles are going to have to be in operation, blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah.
But you understand.
Yeah.
My boys will make it their priority to get back to me safe.
Of course. Makes sense.
He says,
Okay, we'll let them know.
he's like, Peach Fuzz. And this guy comes running up. He's you actually saw him before. He's that little guy that was in the tent.
Yeah.
Or he's a tent. And he's like, remember I described him, he's thin. He doesn't look like any of the other guys. He's thin, he's skinny. He's got like no severe muscle build on him. He's still in the same black BDUs and everything like that. But, they're like the web vest is like just too big for him.
Does he look like younger brother playing with older brother's airsoft equipment?
Maybe. What he more or less looks like is someone who's very uncomfortable in that getup.
Okay.
And he comes running up. He's like, "Yes, sir," and he like salutes. And he's like, "Stop saluting me."
I
In the
laugh.
field.
I go, Peach Fuzz.
Yeah, because he's like, obviously he's been trying to grow something out, but it's just all patchy. Because they don't exactly have access to razors out here.
If you come across some rosemary and some olive oil, mix it together, rub it on there at night. Promise you, it'll help growth. Just letting you know, Peach Fuzz.
The commander just hands him the laptop in the box, and he says, "See if you can get into that." And he points to the laptop and see if you can find out what's in that. He's like, "Be very careful with everything." And he hands in the bag. Her notebook is in here. If she has any ciphers or anything on it, the codes will probably be in here. He says, "This is all we've got. She's dead."
I will say, she had some info. Oh, go ahead, Lissa.
Yeah, that's
Andy goes, I might be able to help with that. I got into her computer at her house. I mean, it fried itself, but I got into it.
he kind of looks. The commander kind of looks at Peach Fuzz, and Peach Fuzz looks at you, and he's like, "If the commander says it's good, it's good. I don't know." And the commander's like, "We just need to get in access without destroying the data as fast as possible. But the
Yes, so do
priority
you-
is keeping the data intact."
I say it's only been a few hours. Andy likely remembers the password that was set before everything happened. So, yeah.
I highly doubt that one item has the same password as another.
Oh, I was talking out of character.
Oh,
I was talking above table.
yeah.
But the system she had. So, but
Gotcha. So
And he
you
goes,
go into the tent.
Hey, do you have her notebook from earlier?
He's like, you gave it to him, right, Andy?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I have it in the tent. The Peach Fuzz says this. He's like, yeah, I have it in the tent.
Bring it here just in case.
He's like, we're going in the tent.
Oh.
Because remember, the tent's inside a parking garage.
Look,
Yeah.
Andy's issue is, quote, odd behavior, damn it.
Uh-huh.
I have
And
to show that somehow.
So as he whips back the tent flap and he walks in, number one, it's air conditioned in here. Number two, you quickly discover why. There is what looks to be a full-fledged mainframe server in mobile carrying crates that has been stood up and is operational in this fucking tent. And he goes and sits down at a monitor. You see there's two other people. One of them is operating what appears to your eyes to be an actual radar emplacement. And the other one is flying a drone that is actually flying over New Orleans and at a high altitude and is providing an observation post for them that's moving around.
Andy's
can
eyes
see-
get big
And see,
when
right
they
now, it
see
is
that.
tracking that truck as the truck goes speeding back, and you see where it goes to, but I'll tell you what the significance in a minute.
Oh.
So, what are you guys gonna do? What do you do, Andy?
Andy goes, okay, first off, that's fucking cool. I wish I had one of those. Second off, all right, let's get to work on this fucking thing real quick.
All right, so you're gonna have to make me some rolls.
Yep. All right, tech, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. 2 successes.
Hot damn.
Nice.
And if someone wanted to give a lend a hand, there would be a 3rd.
I was just checking to see what your rolls looked like. Thank you for informing me.
If that's the difference between her computer frying or not, like,
There you go.
there we go.
All right. So you guys, so as you guys are kind of digging into it, first off, the tablet has a very, it's just a password to get into it. There's no real encryption on it. It is like literally one of those store-bought old VGA type monitor tablets that has a 2-color screen on it. And it is strictly there as a notes-taking machine, and there is a fuck ton of documents already saved in it. The documents have what looks to be serial numbers on them, because it's a long string of numbers and letters. And so as you guys get into that, he just like connects it up to the server, and he begins downloading everything into the server. And he says, he looks at you and he says, impressive. Where did you go to school?
Atlanta Street.
Atlanta Street? I've never heard of that place. Is it local?
You wouldn't have heard of it.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. You definitely have the chops. It says, what else do you bring in there?
Andy's not like the equivalent of fucking John Connor, but like autistic
Yeah.
and queer.
So
I do have a question. Can I hear this? Because I'm not going far from it.
No, because there's remember, because the tent's actually air conditioned, so the tent walls are like triple thick.
Oh, I will be very clear. If I can't hear what's going on, I'm going inside. Like, I'm not, like, Alex, I know can handle themselves. I trust Andy too, but it's a different vibe, you know? There's like protective older brother things going on here. And so I think after a second, or actually, I think before the flap closed, as soon as Andy saw the drone and went, whoa, I probably stepped in.
I love how like the perceived scary dog privilege is Coco walking in, but the actual reality scary dog privilege is Andy.
Oh, and I know it wholeheartedly.
And Coco,
What?
One of the things you notice also right away, and Andy was like locked eyes on the server and was in love.
Yeah.
So Andy was like, eh. And the reason I'm making rules is because this is pretty much out in the open too. There is a workbench set up on the right hand side. This is a folding table, and on it there is a centrifuge. There is what do we call it? A small mass spectrometer.
Okay.
And there is a laptop sitting on there that's obviously hooked to the mass. And there is like a small, compact, and mobile refrigeration unit. And you can see that there is a shit ton of samples in the refrigeration unit.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Sure.
I could have just sworn I heard a cat fuck with my chair,
A kitty cat?
and there's no cat around.
It's a ghost cat.
Or it could be something else.
I wanted to be a ghost cat because then that means it's Kira.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I'm not
saying
going
on the
to
deity
ask
side.
anyone because I wanted to have
And
it in
not
my
the
head.
dead one in
Hang
the
on.
house.
I need to hear what Coco saying. What say, Coco?
I'm not going to say anything to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look at it. I see Andy do the thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just going to have like the biggest, goofiest, just, yeah, kid, you fucking go moment. But I'm going to like just keep myself quiet, keep myself over in the corner, and I'm going to look at those samples.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to guess they're all alphanumeric, right?
There looks like serial numbers again.
Serial numbers. I'm just gonna eyeball those. Look at the centrifuge, mass spectrometer.
Most of them, you see, there's several different types of samples.
So
there are some that are like liquids in
Mhm.
test tubes closed,
Yeah.
and tape closed, and they, the serial number is written on the tape. There is actual boxes of microscope slides that are in there, and then that's on the top two shelves, and like the top two shelves, one of them's full of the vials, and one of them's full of the slides.
Mhm.
The bottom, which is just like the bottom open area of the
Mhm.
little fridge, and by little I mean it's like 2 foot tall by 2 foot wide. It's small.
Yeah, it's like a soda can fridge.
Yeah, absolutely. And the bottom of it, there are bags of what looks like tissue,
hmm
but it's been frozen because it's
Yeah.
inside there.
I want to. I rolled my stress.
Mhm.
I'm rolling for a stealth check.
Okay.
I want to see if there is a slide of blood under the microscope, like on one of the microscopes. Is there a slide of blood, and if so, can I take a peek at it?
The microscope doesn't have like something where you can look down through the microscope on it. The
Mhm.
microscope has another USB cord that goes directly into the laptop, and the
Is the
laptop
lap-
is sitting there, and it's got a password thing
Got
on
a
it.
password?
Yeah,
I
that you have to
can't.
type into it.
I mean, I'm gonna. Can I do a scout roll? I just want to look at the keyboard, and I'm looking to see what keys look like they're pressed the most, and see if I can make an assumption. Because if I can't do it by that, my tech's pretty up there. But I couldn't hack this. I know myself, but I could make a guesstimate. If you want me to make a roll for it,
No, you can't.
I can't tell.
Yeah, I'm looking at my keyboard I had for 2 years now.
Yeah, nothing.
Can't.
Okay. Okay. I don't know how old or new their tech is, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Just checking. It's also, I don't know how good it is, how, much it wears down, because I've had keyboards that have worn down over a year before.
This is
On
the
hotkeys.
Steel series, so it's pretty good. So
Okay. Yeah. I've had cheap Dells where my hotkeys for online games were gone within a year. So,
gotcha. No problem. I
Just
understand.
curious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, the numbers wore off and everything like
Mhm.
that. So
Oh, yeah.
I've had my Corsair one for 2 years, and it's in pretty good shape.
all right. So as you look in there, you can see the serial numbers. One of the things you do notice is that the bags, they're big enough to where there's only 2 rows of them. So they're kind of like the full size sealable Ziploc sealable sandwich bags, but they're thicker, of course.
Yeah.
And they all have some of the serial numbers taped on the outside of them, but the contents of the bags, as you look into it, you can see that what looks to be in the bags frozen solid is Dura, gray matter.
Yeah.
And that there is the series on the right has W's at the beginning of the serial number,
hmm
and the series on the left has H's at the beginning of the serial number.
Yeah, I going even with a glance before I read anything at all. It clicked, so I just go. I'm gonna be an asshole. Oh, so y'all are testing the difference between human and walker brains, huh? That's pretty cool. Best of luck, honestly. Best of luck.
And the kid goes, "What? What are you doing in here?"
Where they go, I go.
He looks around and he's like, he looks around. There's no one else to back him up, and he's like,
I look
I'm
him
not
in the
kidding.
eye. I look him in the eye, and I repeat the words slowly.
and he goes, "I'm not getting shot," and goes right back to work.
Good choice. I will say, I want to fuck with this kid. I like his vibe, but I also want to pick on him a little bit. I tap the knife and I go, "I wouldn't shoot you, buddy."
And he looks at you with dead fucking pan seriousness, and he's like, "Just make sure it's the head."
Oh, I would. Nah, you're good, kid. You're fine. I just gotta watch out for him.
He's
And I
like,
give you a wink.
he looks at you and he kind of looks at you and he kind of has this odd look in his face and he says, "We only take samples from those who have been bitten and fallen.
I
We take them before they turn."
Oh, do y'all, out of curiosity, do y'all also like monitor like time frames? Because I've seen some pretty.
Haven't had a chance, but that was
Man, I'll tell
that
you.
was on the list.
But I will tell you, if you get an opportunity, different people turn at different rates. No clue why. No idea why. I've seen.
That's
big
already
giant-
been confirmed with,
Yeah.
unfortunately, our own troops.
Yeah,
Some of them stay down for hours. Some of them barely down for moments.
I saw a guy go a full day with a bite. It's crazy.
It
It's
also,
crazy.
we did correlate that if they had taken a lethal wound and they were bitten, they did turn faster.
Yep, 100%. It's crazy.
It's like, that's
Yep.
the only thing we've been able to correlate with the data.
While I'm here, before we bounce, I do want to make sure I am it feels like it's probably well known to y'all. But have I said this to you in character yet, Andy? That everyone turns? Have I said that to you in
I
character?
don't know that you have, but Andy's already seen
Andy's
people
aware.
fucking turn.
Yeah, without being bit. Correct me if I'm wrong, man.
Hmm.
I mean, I know I'm not, but everyone turns. No matter what.
It's an
Everyone.
infection.
And we all have it.
The base consideration is that it may have been a virus that lay dormant in our cells until something environmental triggered it.
Oh, okay. That's a
Or it's airborne.
good one, waterborne too, honestly. I heard it might I heard from
Airborne,
one
and with the speed and rapidity that it can churn some people, airborne wouldn't go fast enough.
it would have had to be in the water in the food supply, something.
Yeah,
So-
but you can have a virus can have multiple vectors.
It's true. There's no telling. Could
It's very likely it's all of the above.
have been passed through our fucking sweat. I mean,
What I'm
honestly.
trying to say is it's not contagious. It's already in us.
Yeah, it's already in it. Oh yeah, for sure. I figured as much. I just wanted to make sure I'm on the right page there. Let's just say I had a couple of experiments at one point of my own to see if I was right.
He kind of looks at you and he says, "I just had a couple of friends."
That's where the theory started. And then one guy who was not so friendly.
He says,
Yeah.
My original group. One of them found some substances. I don't know what. I didn't check. I didn't ask, and they maybe
They went
a
down
little
and
bit
came
too
back.
much.
Yeah.
And came
Yeah.
back up.
I stabbed a man in the gut and watched him bleed to death. He earned it, but when he came back up, that's what freaked me the fuck out. That's how I learned. It's good information to have, though.
Was not fun to be in the process of burying a friend. And
Oh
then
yeah, for sure. I would imagine so. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Honestly, kid.
Thankfully I had a shovel in my hand and just easily just went kunk.
this easily went kunk.
No, that wasn't. They knocked their headphones off their head.
Oh, okay. I was looking at something else over here. Sorry.
Their headset literally went
Kunk.
right over the glass.
Well, since we're obviously suffering from exhaustion, let's take a break. We're going to take a 10-minute break, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go refresh drinks, refresh ourselves, and we will be back in 10 minutes. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you then. Bye.
When I sit across the table from you, once a week, a month, or like every 6 months, depending on people's schedules. Oh, the clickety-clack of dice in our crew keep me warm inside before we smack down an evil cold just to get a level us know. We laugh due to a dad joke or innuendo. Probably it's how every adventure that we create is our own cinematic universe, and it ties us together, and we will never forget. Oh, 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 oh. We roll. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, we roll. We rolled a critical hit to the heart. We will never, never, ever forget. 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 Oh, 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 oh. We roll. Oh, 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 oh. And oh, 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 oh. Yeah, we roll. We roll. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled. A critical hit to the heart.
Dinner and a Game and Many Worlds Taverns have partnered together to bring incredible teas and coffees to the Dagger family. And now you can get 10% off of your orders when you use the promotional code Dinner and a Game, all one word, no spaces, at checkout. And if you use our link, manyworldstaverns.com/dinner and a game, we get a little bit back from Many Worlds Taverns as well. Support excellent products from an incredible small business and help support Dinner and a Game at the same time. And always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table.
Sit across the table from you once a week, a month, or like every 6 months, depending on people's schedules. So the clickety-clack of dice in our crew keep me warm inside before we smack down an evil cold just to get a level. And oh, 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 we roll. Oh, 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 oh. but not us, no. We laugh due to a dad joke or innuendo. Probably it's how every adventure that we create is our own cinematic universe, and it ties us together, and we will never forget. Oh, 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 oh. We roll. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, we roll. We rolled a critical hit to the heart. We will never, never, ever forget. 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 Oh, 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 oh. We roll. Oh, 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 oh. And oh, 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 oh. Yeah, we roll. We roll. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled. A critical hit to the heart.
Dinner and a Game and Many Worlds Taverns have partnered together to bring incredible teas and coffees to the Dagger family. And now you can get 10% off of your orders when you use the promotional code Dinner and a Game, all one word, no spaces, at checkout. And if you use our link, manyworldstaverns.com/dinner and a game, we get a little bit back from Many Worlds Taverns as well. Support excellent products from an incredible small business and help support Dinner and a Game at the same time. And always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table.
When I sit across the table from you, once a week, a month, or like every 6 months, depending on people's schedules. So the clickety-clack of dice in our crew keep me warm inside before we smack down an evil cold just to gain a level. And oh, 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 we roll. Oh, 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 oh. And oh, 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 we roll. We rolled dad joke or innuendo, probably it's how every adventure that we create is our own cinematic universe, and it ties us together, and we will never forget. Oh, 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 oh. We roll. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, we roll. We rolled a critical hit to the heart. We will never, never, ever forget. 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 Oh, 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 oh. We roll. Oh, 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 oh. And oh, 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 oh. Yeah, we roll. We roll. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled. A critical hit to the heart.
Dinner and a Game and Many Worlds Taverns have partnered together to bring incredible teas and coffees to the Dagger family. And now you can get 10% off of your orders when you use the promotional code Dinner and a Game, all one word, no spaces, at checkout. And if you use our link, manyworldstaverns.com/dinner and a game, we get a little bit back from Many Worlds Taverns as well. Support excellent products from an incredible small business and help support Dinner and a Game at the same time. And always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table.
When I sit across the table from you, once a week, a month, or like every 6 months, depending on people's schedules. So the clickety-clack of dice in our crew keep me warm inside before we...
Oh, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for letting us take that little break. We really appreciate it. We are going to go ahead and jump right back into things, if you don't mind. So, who is? Oh yeah, you guys were still in the operations tent. Alex, what are you doing?
I'll say I'm probably just the entire ride back. Like once we got on the airboat and all that, Alex is probably just thinking back, is going like, "I just killed someone," because he was not trying to kill someone; he was trying to help them, and he killed someone. So he's definitely having like a oh shit moment in his head.
Are you voluntarily breaking, Alex?
Huh?
Are you voluntarily breaking? Would this been something that caused Alex to break?
If
See,
he still
getting
had
out
the
of rule book.
if his issue was still not killing people, it would have been. But we
that's
got rid of that when he broke the first time.
Yep.
So
Here's
no,
the question.
not breaking Alex though. With my rolls, that probably will happen again here soon.
Give me an empathy roll.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
If we're on the same page, Ray, that'll be fun.
Messy success.
Messy
Messy
success? What'd you
success.
say?
I said if we're on the same page, that could be fun.
Messy success. You're racked with these feelings of guilt. But you're like, it was an accident. I'm sorry she's dead. She was a horrible person. She deserved to die. I wish I could have seen it.
Oh, God, I want one thing to happen here. I want one thing. I want Kel to dip in empathy like both.
No, I was gonna say, and Kel,
Yeah.
Alex is just in his mind.
Yeah.
Is playing through the different ways Mariana could have looked when Coco went and saw them and stood over them,
Yeah.
because you couldn't see it at the time.
Yeah, because they're on the other side of the
Yeah.
island. Yeah.
Yeah. And so your brain is just going through all this, and it's like this, you absolutely automatically chuck it up to morbid curiosity. But it is like just going through your head. And at first it's really disturbing. But it starts to get more interesting than disturbing.
Okay.
Because like you didn't know she went into convulsions, you didn't know, how her eyes looked when she cracked her head. You don't even know if Coco like checked the back of their head and see if there was brain matter coming out or anything like that. All those questions that's going through your head now, and like I said, it starts out being horrible and repulsive, but then it becomes like a curiosity.
Oh, great.
Oh, great.
Now it's like, fuck, what was that kid's name in Walking Dead?
The girl?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Look at the flowers.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's that slippery slope there.
yeah. So back in the tent. So what were you guys doing now? The only thing that he had left to do was he was uploading the started uploading a little tablet up to the server. Oh yeah, the metal box. And what are you doing, Coco?
I'm just kind of hanging out.
Okay.
I'm just like I've seen over that. I am watching the person driving the drone, monitoring them. I'm trying to figure out where that car is, and we can touch on that in a minute. But I'm just trying to monitor where it's at.
To make sure that we touch on that, make me a scout roll.
Scout roll.
You're trying to identify locations from the air. It's a little bit different. So, Peach Fuzz. By the way, his name tag. He's not wearing a name tag. Damn it, Peach Fuzz 4,
3.
Okay.
There's 9 dice, man. But look, my scout roll is now 7 dice.
So, I'm trying to find out where exactly the reclaim was because I know it's in this area.
So they should be. I had the church marked at one. I know roughly where it is. Hold on, I can tell you exactly where it's at. I know. There went my light.
No, it's dark now.
Where's my flashlight at? There it is. Hold on. So There is a church. I'm just gonna find this church. It's marked. Famous church. Hold on.
Oh. Just give me the name of it and I'll find it real fast.
I've got to locate it first. I forgot the name. They're not at the church.
Mm-hmm.
They're nearish by.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the tower. So they should be up. They should be east of City Park, past the fairgrounds, over towards like trying to find a big landmark that's easy to find. The vague area of like Franklin Avenue and Florida Avenue. They should be vaguely in that area.
Oh, so they were actually really close by.
Well,
Relatively speaking.
I don't know where we are right now.
You guys are just south of Metairie.
Just south of Metairie. Oh,
You're
they're
basically,
across.
you're basically in South Metairie.
So they're not there. They're over on the other side of New Orleans. They're outside of the like French Quarter. Like they're past main New Orleans because they are posted up. Should be north and east of the tower. They're in like that area or over towards like they're in one of the non-flooded zones over in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they should be, is in that vicinity up there.
So they're still on this side of the Mississippi, though, right?
Yeah. They're just if you go to like the French Quarter, New Orleans area,
Mhm.
like the main area of New Orleans,
Mm-hmm.
and go like north and really north and east or north and west because they kind of have a zone that they appear in apparently.
Mm-hmm.
From the game, whatever research, it should be vaguely like to the north of the French Quarter. Because the tower's on one side, New Orleans is in the middle. The church is actually closer to their area than the tower is, but they just don't know where it's at. They don't know where the reserve is.
Got it. And the
But they
reserve
know
is much farther away than that, so it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you instantly notice the truck go by the church. That is
Okay.
the main point where you find how you identify where the Lucane's hideout is.
Yeah.
And so, and it drives into like it drives into what looks to be like a warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And you instantly like the drone starts picking up heat signatures of people like walking patrol around it,
Mm-hmm.
and people like one person posted up on the roof, and then he starts moving the actual drone away from that to check on other things. So in the meantime, Andy, you and Peach Fuzz are sitting there, and he pulls out the box, and he says, "This is an emergency coolant system." He's like, "There's samples in here," and he kind of looks over the mini fridge, and he kind of looks at it, and he moves that little slot away, and and uses that little slot you thought a key could fit in. He takes a USB cable and plugs it into it, and then he goes over to the laptop and plugs it into one of the USB ports, and he gets
I had a feeling it was
Yeah.
going to be something like that.
He gets a reading on the case, and the case is like at like 5 degrees Celsius, and he's like, you can see a little readout that's like a fuel gauge, and it's about 3/4 gone, and he says it's only got another 24 hours on it, so we're gonna need to get this out of here. He's like, I don't know what's in it. He's like, and I don't want to open it up because it's got guaranteed fuel source, whereas if we lose power anywhere here, we lose our samples in that case. He's like, I mean, it's got a 2-hour battery backup, but this thing's got 24 hours on the coolant. So
Hmm.
he says,
I want to be clear real quick. I just figured it out. They should actually be northwest of New Orleans at like near St. Peter Claver Catholic Church. That's where it should be, just as a note for us for in games. Sorry, I just
St.
was
Peter
figuring.
Claver?
Yeah, they should be somewhere near there. Yeah.
Oh, I was right above them. Holy shit.
Good job. Yeah, I had to look up churches in the area because I remember I'd found basically where it roughly should be in that zone. So yeah.
Got it. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's
Sorry to
okay.
interrupt.
They are just south of the horse racing track.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So, your he said, he looks at you and he says, he grabs a notebook and he says, "You find any other notebooks or anything like that other than the one you brought to us? Anything else you can give us is going to help." And he's looking through it. And he's like, "Okay, this is the same cipher. I can get this." He kind of he takes note, closes it. He puts it like his bag is sitting right beside the chair you're sitting in, and he just slips it in his bag. He's like, "Anything else? Even stuff you can remember from down in there."
Wait, say that again?
He says, "Did you find anything else in her possessions, wherever you found it, that would give you any clues or ideas of, if she had anything else hidden away somewhere?" He says, if it's worth it, we can change mission parameters and we can go to that house she was in and search it." He's like, "But they're not going to go unless I can tell them there's something of value there." So you said her computer fried, and I know what that was, and I know that it's basically impossible to think that anything really survived that. It's going to be just a matter of time before someone else stumbles upon her place and starts looting it. I know that they gave her a lot of supplies and more than she could ever really need when they set her down in here. He says, and so she's got a good case for just about anything she could want to do here. But if she's not in it anymore, if she's out, then we don't have to worry about her privacy or anything like that, and we can just go in there and find anything we need. But I'm just hoping that you saw something, anything of significance.
I'm trying to think what this would be, because this is like Andy trying to like think about what might be left behind.
So remember, I described her room. Her room there. When you came down the ladder, directly to the left was the table and everything like that, and set up where the computer was set up.
Mm-hmm.
Directly to the right was that wall of weapons, and then at the base of the wall there was those little foot lockers that had like all her MREs, clothes, and everything in that. And then at the end of the room, there was her bed. And I don't know if you ever told her about that. The
Which
bunker
thing?
underneath Andy's bed, underneath.
Yeah, in the
bed.
like in her actual bedroom. Yeah, I mentioned, hey, there's a thing here. We might have to check it out later.
Yeah.
So there's that, but also there was like on the shelf, like above the cot in the bunker, there was a line of notebooks. Like that I want to say you looked at, and we saw that it was like, okay, these are older, these are newer.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a bunch of notebooks in there for sure. Oh, and that one little cassette, I think you gave it to them already.
Yeah, I gave them cassette, and I gave them the notebook that like was with the computer and whatnot that I found in the hidden compartment.
There were more notebooks in that thing under the bed. I kind of give Andy an eye. Can I just roll a straight wits check to see if I can communicate this? Hey, are we going to tell him?
Actually, make me what's a good check for that? Because it's going to be more like a performance roll.
That would either be leadership or manipulation.
It's manipulation in this turn, especially if you're trying to not let Peach Fuzz catch it.
Yeah.
And then Andy, you're going to need to make me an empathy roll to see if you pick up on it.
That's going to go great for me. What kind of empathy roll?
It's just an empathy roll.
Oh, glorious.
Oh, no, sorry.
One.
Give me a manipulation empathy roll is what it would be.
Can I argue that I have knows all the tricks? And because it's you can use stealth instead of manipulation when you lie.
It strictly says when you lie.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Mm. Well, I have 2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm making a manipulation
Yes.
roll? Let's see how socially adept Andy is.
Holy shit!
So it's just a quick look of, like just this like real quick meeting of the eyes and the question, that look of like, we're gonna tell him anything. I wait for a moment for him to be looking at the computer,
Yeah.
like to be looking at the computer, because I'm sure he's kind of talking and looking up and probably not even looking away as he's doing everything. I'm sure.
No,
Andy kind of gives this look that conveys, I mean, like, it's the end of the world and it's like biology stuff. What the fuck are we gonna do with it? Like, if it can help people?
That's what I figured, but I don't want to be like, hey, do you you know what I
So
mean?
Andy's basic response is kind of like raising her shoulders in a shrug and nodding affirmative,
Yep.
basically.
I found this like metal, like almost locker, like large lockbox under her bed. I couldn't get into it. Don't know what it would take, but it was like under the mattress. I was trying to see if she had anything fun hidden around, because she's, after we found the fucking bunker, I figured maybe there was something cool in here. But there's something under bed I couldn't get into. I couldn't see a clear way to get into it. Y'all might know exactly what it is and be able to get in immediately. I don't fucking know. But there's that. Could be weapons, could be more samples. I don't fucking know. She has solar power on her house. I know that. So
Yeah.
it should be good if it is any kind of cooling thing. It should be fine. And I did find some notebook. We did find some more notebooks that looks like, I'm not a biologist, but I can understand notes in time, like a note and a date. And it looks like everything she's been studying since it started was in those notebooks.
I know I definitely saw chemical structures in there.
He said
Chemical
she had a
structure.
full lab, so, well, as much of a full lab as she could fit in that little room, but yes.
Oh, yeah, and I'll go ahead and tell you, before y'all get there and freak out, we took the MREs as payment for her bullshit. We took the MREs for ourselves.
We assumed
But it's
we're
still-
assuming at this point that if we go there, we're just hoping that things aren't touched that much. And if people took the MREs first and the weapons first and everything like that, that's better, because that means they didn't look for more.
Yeah, I just wanted y'all to not be worried about, hey, did someone else get in here? It was us. We went ahead and closed it back, covered it up how she had it. Only people who know it's there are gone. They all booked, and they didn't give a shit about what was. They thought it was a fucking panic room. So I don't think they're worried about it. Yeah.
That's fine. All right. He's like, well, I gotta go make my case then. He's like, you guys, if you need anything else, he's like, let us know. If you need more ammo or any supplies or anything like that, he's like, we can get it for you.
Gotta say,
Sorry for the PC. I was trying to figure out what the fuck she was doing so we could figure out what we needed to do.
It's not necessarily your fault. There's no way you could have known it was booby trapped.
Look, I had an idea it might be, though. I should have been more careful.
I'll tell you, if nothing else, they got into the computer in the first place. It was getting deeper that was the problem. Also, that computer was dope as hell. I'm a little techie, but I had never seen that shit. That's cool. Y'all are impressive. I know you know that.
I want one. Too bad it's the apocalypse.
Yeah, right? Maybe we'll find one somewhere else and you can have it. We'll take it with us. That'll be useful, right?
Maybe we can find one at an abandoned Best Buy.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe a Circuit City.
He kind of just looks at you guys and goes like, you better go get ready to leave.
Okay. As we walk out, I'm just going to ask him, hey, look, you've already helped us out quite a bit. We're good on ammo. We're going to have more weapons than we know what to do with if we're not careful. And it just weighs you down. But we do have a couple of ARs to our name. And being quiet is really fucking important nowadays. You'll seem to have enough. Could you spare 3 silencers for the ARs as well? Just to get us, it'll help us out.
We have plenty of silencers for pistols, but we're limited on the AR silencers.
That's fine. I can.
Like, I'll ask the commander and see if we can spare them.
Yeah. Even just one would be helpful for sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if there's any equipment you guys can spare, that would be appreciated. But we understand supplies are scarce.
He's
And
like, I already said, general supplies we can help you out with MREs,
Yeah.
stuff like that. He's like, it's the only thing we're gonna have rare of is the stuff that for us would have been rare in the first place.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, we are in Louisiana. Silencers aren't exactly fully illegal here. Got a couple places I want to hit before leaving the area. We might find something there.
It's like, if you want to hit those, you better hit them because I know we're taking you straight to the fucking boat.
We're not going on the boat. We're heading on another way.
No.
Our people are heading on the boat. We've got another route we have to take.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So he says, all right, in that case, I'll go ask the commander about that, and you guys should gear up and get ready to start hoofing it. At least back to your SE or your RV. Your 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, or ATV. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. He says, and he gets up and walks out. The other guy's still sitting there, flying the drone around.
I just kind of take a look at the drone. I talk to the guy. I go, real quick. You don't have to tell me shit. I'm just curious about one person. Y'all seem to be monitoring us pretty heavily, and everyone coming in and out of that community. That one lady who left just before the explosion. Which direction did she go?
He said he says that group of 3.
Well, the 2 bounced off, and the 1 left.
I didn't track them very long because they started cutting through houses.
Okay.
And I mean going through houses.
Yeah.
He says,
yeah.
But they looked like they were, and the reason I did bother tracking was because they were headed back to their headquarters.
Like back to Maine, New Orleans, like to where they're from. I thought they might be going to a safe house or something nearby. You know what? I guess this is a better question. If you've monitored them before, if you've seen them coming in and out, do you know do they take the same route every time? And if so, what street do they usually take?
If they're on foot, they take the same route usually. It looks like that the route, literally, they've reinforced houses so walkers can't get in them. And so they'll cross through the houses to get through the yards, and they've reinforced fences and everything like that. So they've actually made themselves a pretty safe series of trails to get through the city quickly without getting jumped.
And then guess that heads east towards City Park and the zoo and all that shit. It just seems like the smartest route.
It basically heads almost due east, yes.
Almost due east? Okay. Could you, and I pull out my little map, I was like, could you just draw me a rough line?
He's like, I can only trace it so far because I don't think we have any data on the full route because we've only spotted them on the ground when they go.
Yeah, but just from where they where they come through in relation to the community.
He gives you a line that goes from basically what it is it's a bunch of series of, for the most part, it looks like tunnels through neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Where they reinforce houses, the backyard fences and stuff like that. And they cleared the houses and cleared the backyard fences.
Yeah.
Backyards. So now they have ways to move through neighborhoods that gets them through neighborhoods super duper fast. Secret tunnel. And so there's several of them. As you're looking at the map itself from where you guys are, from 10, there's a huge housing neighborhood. And it basically goes from 10, it's not very much, there's not very much cut, right? Because there's only a few houses, and then you get into you get to the highway, which splits it in half. So what you have there is you have a bunch of, not really hard fast pass, but they just areas that they've kind of reinforced. But once you get south of 10, there is you can see that there's at least through Metairie, there's at least 3 different routes that have been shored up through Metairie. They all basically either dump out on Metairie Road or they dump out onto what's the name of this one? Bonnabelle Boulevard. And when I say dump out, I mean you have to cross Bonneville Boulevard in the open. There's no way. There's too much distance for them to have closed it up, and you have to cut across Metairie Road out in the open. These are both big, large main streets, And then there is and then all the way through that you get more and more crossing passages. They all go towards the dam. I think actually the what's the floodgates? The floodgates that are right near or just south of the 61010 interchange. There's a set of floodgates there that they apparently used to cross as a bridge.
Okay.
And then
Right by the railroad track there.
well, right by Metairie Cemetery.
I see.
Yeah. And then it cuts through Metairie Cemetery, which apparently looks and it's literally written on queued up on the digital map as a safe zone.
Yeah.
And so they cut through Metairie Cemetery, they come out on the other side and cross under 10 again. Because they go under 10 and then go through the Greenwood Cemetery. And then they get out into the housing districts outside of that. And they go all the way, they keep on cutting through the neighborhoods and they avoid the canals and everything like that. And they only cross them where there's clear bridges. But they cut through Mid-City, which is a lot of like shotgun houses, tenement housing.
Yeah.
And so it's much different there. The houses are almost the entire lot there. So it's like they're cutting through houses and this really, the route becomes very sporadic because it's like they can't catch them because there's such short distances between houses.
Yeah.
So here they only have like this house is in red, that house is in red.
I look at him and I say, when I see this route, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's more than good enough, man. I also see how long it'll take them. Thank you for your time. I sincerely appreciate it. I go, cigarette?
It's like, don't smoke.
Good choice.
Bad for the computers.
Good choices. How old does this person look?
Early 30s.
Early 30s, so my age. Okay. Well, I don't know your name. Don't really care all that much either. It's not that important. But it was nice to meet you. Thank you for your help. I do appreciate it.
No problem.
But they're starting, just to clarify with you, Ray, their starting route was going from where we were and then heading south.
South and east. Always south and east until they get on the other side of the second time they cross 10. When they go across the
yeah, it's almost straight east from there.
Straight east from there.
But so I could figure out for sure. I can see a route where if I wanted to set up a booby trap for them, I could probably hit them in one of the houses.
You know what the best booby trap would be?
What?
On that fucking spillway because they can't cross it anywhere else.
Yeah, that's just such a distance to make for that.
Yep.
I was hoping to make one nearby, so on their way back.
Like I said, nearby, there's tons of them. There's like at least 4 or 5 of them. Because they all go down different streets and locations and dump out.
Okay.
And then there's several of them that go directly east. They all come back together at that spillway. Yeah.
Well, I could definitely. I mean, we could make that. It's just timing. So all of this started. It's probably getting to be like 5 in the afternoon now.
Yeah.
It's been a long fucking day.
One thing is funny is normally by this time of day after doing this much hard work, you'd be fucking exhausted because you would have sweated out all the liquid in your body and everything. Mm-hmm. But being inside this tent, you suddenly feel refreshed for some reason.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. I feel, mind you, I've had adrenaline going. I've got 5,000 thoughts. My little ADHD brain is going nuts right now. I'm good. I'm set.
Gotcha.
I might not sleep for the next day, kind of thing.
Gotcha. So as you're leaving, you guys get ready to leave the tent. So kind of like this, you've been like kind of the adrenaline's worn off. And you've been like sitting on a crate, and you've been like literally doing the whole.
Was ready to conk out.
Yeah, you're after everything you guys gone through, you're literally running with Andy on your shoulder for several blocks and everything like that, and all the adrenaline rush. So you're like your body is going like we're tired. So you almost don't catch it when Coco and Andy come out of the tent. But as they're coming out of the tent, you get a clear line because you're kind of sitting in a crate right beside the tent opening. You get a clear line in the tent to see the guy with the drone. And you see that the drone has banked and turned. And right over where it's going right over where the actual reservist base is,
Mhm.
and that area is like yellow highlighted,
Yeah.
and it's basically that's all there is. But your reserve base is highlighted.
Yeah, the National Guard Armory.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean you know where it is, but
All right.
they know where it is what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. When I see it come up, especially after that role I did earlier, I want to call Josh over because you haven't introduced. Cause,
But I say you know me as Coco now.
well,
Like,
I know, but I'm saying I don't know if everyone here does.
Oh, I did. I told them I was Coco. Got on
okay.
got in the walkie.
I can't remember if you actually said Coco or not to the
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
here.
to
So I
them
want
I
to make
did.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would have been like, "Hey, Coco," and I would have waved you over.
Yeah, what's up, bud?
Like, hey, so back at the house, how did she look after the whole point to the head?
Oh man, I had to smelling salt her. Her eyes were kind of wonky. Is not the worst thing I've seen, but pretty bad. Her eyes were wonky. She kept trying to like touch her face.
Like wonky how?
Like wandering. They were wandering, man.
Alex, make me another empathy roll.
So
They
that
were,
come-
they were wandering. She was kind of speaking in gibberish a little bit. Clearly, she could. I think she was aware of what she was trying to say, but couldn't quite get there. You know.
Oh, so she had aphasia?
Yeah, like having aphasia for sure. Like she was trying to form the words but couldn't get there. Yeah.
Alex,
So
It's
0
even-
successes, but I got 3 5s. If anyone wants to be nice, not 3 Linahans, obviously, but you have a point.
I don't want to be nice. I want to see what happens.
Not too late. Lissa was nice.
I was nice.
all right, with 1 success.
What was
Alex
it?
gets screwed
What
over
I'll-
by these rolls way too often, my
well,
guy.
what I'll do for Coco here too is I'll put that towards my stress dice. It'll be a messy success. There you go.
So Alex,
That's of both worlds.
on one hand, it's like
Well, it's still a success. It's only messy if you got a 1 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only messy if you had a 1 in the mix.
No, because
on
like
your
for instance,
stress.
oh yeah, that's
On
right.
your
Yeah.
stress.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Got it. That messy successor had a 1. I won the stress dice. Yep.
so it's frustrating
Mhm.
because he's being decently descriptive, but at the same time, you're having a hard time getting the picture in your head.
Yeah.
So it's not what you wanted.
Yeah.
Can I say with that empathy roll, with them making that, can I make a straight empathy roll
To do what?
and to see if I can understand why they're asking? Because I have seen things like this before with people. Since this has all started, I've seen people get morbidly curious, kind of thing. I'm trying to see if I can empathize and understand why they're asking. Like, is it guilt? Is it curiosity? Is it just wanting to know, that kind of thing?
Go ahead and make me an empathy roll.
So just 2 dice.
Question, Ray.
Mhm.
Would us have getting out of that Walker situation and getting the shit for them have triggered my eye on the ball?
Yeah.
Okay.
2,
I'm gonna remove the
Yep.
stress.
2
4
sixes and 2
dice.
I thought you
Huh?
said 2 dice.
2 stress, 2 regular.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy. It was a 6 and a 3 and a 6 and a 3.
so
Nice.
you are. He asked you this question.
And I straight on look him in the eye as I'm answering it. Yeah.
And normally, on this type of situation, Alex would have a concerned look on his face.
Mm-hmm.
Like asking if she suffered, asking if it was bad. That's what normally Alex's concern would be.
Yeah.
This time, he doesn't seem to have that same level of concern. And honestly, his eyes have that look. The raised eyebrows, the look of curiosity,
Okay.
and a little bit of frustration.
I just kind of look at him and I go, if you're worried about if she suffered or not, I'll be honest with you, she did. Looked like it was real bad. Probably only because I woke her up. That probably made it worse. But before I ran out, I did put 2 in her head, and there wasn't much left after that. Just matter and skull, and I did come out. It was pretty gnarly. Seeing that, I give him something to quell that curiosity a little bit.
Because
So
you did
I've
get a
got
success,
an interesting question.
Hang on one second. Because you did get one success, Alex.
Mhm.
That does calm it down.
Okay.
You know, this whole, because you can picture the whole.
Yeah.
So yeah. Now, what were you gonna say, Lissa?
I found an interesting loophole for you to potentially be able to give Andy some stress. Just by the by. Seeing it all very specifically says you do not take stress from seeing someone get wounded, tormented, or even broken. That does not necessarily include hearing it described. Just so you know.
Got it.
Yeah.
I feel like with our empathies at 2, I don't know if the description would bother us. That's the only problem.
Look, I know my empathy's a 1.
Oh, 1, God.
Yeah. I'll say my empathy's
Yeah,
still
Andy
at
is
3.
not.
I'm
not
currently the most
empathetic.
empathetic. We'll see how much
Watch.
longer that lasts.
By the time this entire game is over, we're gonna all have healed a little bit, and we're all gonna have a solid 3 empathy. Me and Liz are gonna build back up, baby. We are gonna heal our trauma through the apocalypse.
I hope you do.
I feel like Andy is quite content being
Yeah.
a little less empathetic in the apocalypse.
Oh, I am too. Like that drop in empathy I just had definitely is gonna make life a bit easier. For
Like,
sure.
Andy is totally cool with this. The world was already a shit show before the apocalypse happened. Andy really didn't notice much of a difference outside of a lot of their friends died. And to be fair, that was already happening.
All right.
So I kind of like pat him on the shoulder. Well, hey, I see you kind of conking out a little bit. You want something to wake you up?
And that's how I got addicted to cocaine.
We in fact have a shit ton of cocaine.
We do, in
Yeah, I
fact,
was
have
saying, yeah,
a
'cause you
metric shit
found-
ton of cocaine.
No, it's 2 kilos.
That's a ton of cocaine.
That is a metric shit ton of cocaine,
Wait.
especially for an apocalypse.
Oh yeah, no, that actually, yeah.
Hold on. I want to see something here. Okay, give me 2
They tried to do
seconds.
the extra conversion of how much a metric ton is in kilos.
No.
That's almost 5 pounds of cocaine.
But no,
That is a baby's worth of cocaine,
There's
my
a
guy.
baby's worth of cocaine.
2,000 grams. Without going into it too far, to not violate Twitch guidelines in any way,
yeah.
let's just say a single gram is, for many people, a weekend. For most casual users, a weekend. Now, for some of my friends, that's a night. But no, we have a shit ton. I don't know what we're going to do with it yet, but I'm going to figure out something fun. I promise. For the viewers at
Okay.
home, figure out something fun.
Give it to a gator and recreate Cocaine Bear, but Cocaine Gator instead.
Count.
No.
This is the equivalent of cocaine of Chandra.
Oh, I do have
a cocaine Chandra.
when I
It
kind
is
of
a
got, like,
cocaine kitten.
when I got to look at it, it seemed very pure, right?
Yes.
From what I can tell, yeah. I've had a life, viewers. I've had a life. Never done it myself. I will clarify real quick. Never done it myself. Was not my vibe. But been around it enough.
All right,
Yeah.
so
But no, when Coco says that, I was gonna kind of like set myself up, kind of slap myself in the face, being like, no, I'm good. As you see,
Caffeine
like,
pills, a monster, anything. I
yeah,
need
they
you.
had Monster, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
I
they
think
had
caffeine
Monster.
pills too. They just offered me a monster.
now if anything, Alex probably would just do the caffeine pills.
Just do the cocaine. Just do the cocaine. That's what I heard coming. I was like, well, okay, buddy, off the knife. Here we go. We're starting Alex's story off right.
No, he ain't that far off the deep end yet.
Oh my god.
Hey guys, can we get just a couple of caffeine pills? The monster was great, but just something, we need a little something quicker to hit us a little harder.
When the guy
Yes.
throws you one of their little it's actually their toiletry kit because it has like
Okay.
it has like cheap toiletries, like a little bit of toilet paper, and it has
Yeah.
aspirin, ibuprofen, and also some caffeine pills in it.
I give Alex, just do one for now. It'll hit you pretty quick, but you'll be awake for a while.
So they go about the two squads that are coming with you. One of them, they're both the squads that helped you get out of the building.
Yeah.
And so you know the lieutenant in charge. You can know you've seen all the other guys. So they get geared up.
About those silencers, anything?
Oh,
Just asking one of the guys in passing, anything?
and one of them is since we don't really use them a lot on the ARs, because when we come down to that, there's no need. He says, we can give you 2.
Give us 2?
We only have 6.
That'll work. Well, 2 is more than generous. Y'all have honestly, like, I realize we just got you shit you needed, but y'all have been far more helpful than y'all had to be, and I truthfully appreciate it.
He looks at you and he says, "Hey, we're heroes trying to save the world."
Well, you're one of few.
Look, just because you're heroes trying to save the world doesn't mean that you're actually effective at being heroes. So, like,
I mean,
just saying.
The guy looks at you, Andy, and he says, "I'm going to try not to be offended, but I think I'm gonna fail."
I didn't mean that personally.
Okay,
I'm just
okay.
saying, like, you're
you know what they say, though. Yeah, in this world, this ain't no place for no heroes.
He says, "We'll just let that one ride." He says, "Besides, everything out here is absolutely fucked."
Oh yeah, yeah.
Says, and the only chance the human race has is if someone can find something to stop this.
It's fair.
And he says,
I mean, look, we're walking through an army of darkness out there. Like,
"You're going to hell for that one. You're absolutely going to hell for that
That's
one."
it. I'll say that one's a bit of a stretch. Well, I haven't used that one.
Oh God.
just the immediate. You started this, Ray.
I know
It's
I
almost,
did, but
you
I
know-
got the best one in.
I'll say, I've seen large enough of those groups, and it is damn near an army of the dead. Yeah. But
I got the perfect name for that clip. All right, so they get geared up. You're actually gonna ride in, and then some of the guys are gonna ride on top again.
Yep.
And so everyone gets geared up, everyone gets ready to go. They take you back to the 4-wheelers. Not a big problem with that. It's the same route they took to get there.
Yeah.
You guys get on the 4-wheeler. He says, "We're going to go help them pack up the rest of the fob." He says, "And then when you give us a whistle, we're already geared up and we'll be on the road."
Well, we're heading. I'll tell you, we're heading to the community for 2 seconds. So we gotta grab our fucking gear. We booked over here before we grab our shit. So I'm gonna walk you back to our people.
Mhm.
Hey, quick check-in. We had to take care of some shit.
Right.
Everybody good?
One of the twins is on. You can't tell really who. He's like, everything seems to be good.
Real quick, did y'all grab our shit before y'all bounced? We had to bounce out so quick. Did y'all grab our shit from the house?
Yeah, I mean, we loaded up everything we had when you guys started chasing her, and obviously you weren't coming back. It says,
Well,
right away. We grabbed your shit.
yeah. I mean, I was gonna double back and grab our shit, but if y'all got it, I appreciate that very much.
We got your packs and everything that was downstairs.
Everything was downstairs. Okay.
Thank you very much for the raid, the Gypsy Tiger.
Thank you.
We love raids. We give them presents. Thank you for the hydrate.
You'll grab they had already bounced before we got the duffels. So we gotta swing back by there real fast, grab those 2 duffels, and then we gotta stop by the community. We gotta stop by the compound real quick, and then we're heading to y'all. Give us about. We'll check in about 20 minutes. We should be nearing y'all in that time frame.
Like I said, we were not gonna, because we can move.
Yeah.
Faster than you can.
Yeah.
Because we can literally just go through things.
Yeah.
He says we're gonna leave the fob when you tell us you're ready for us to start heading to meet you.
Okay.
From anywhere in this area from the fob, if it's like we could get all the way up to the lake like in 10 minutes.
I'm say we're not even gonna be that far. It should like the route. If you go straight, I go to the map and I show them where we are, like where we're heading right now. Like after we leave the community, where we're heading. That route is pretty much clear of vehicles. There's that straight shot up to it. It's pretty much clear of vehicles. Y'all can get through there in a matter of no time. That's probably where we're gonna want to head out of. Is right there because that's where our people are. So
well,
yeah,
we have a rendezvous spot. So
yeah,
we will once you key us up, we will start heading there immediately unless you tell us differently over the walkies.
Done and done. I checked back in with Gus or Frank, whichever one it is. So y'all got back to the house all right. Y'all good? Everybody over there good?
Everyone seems to be okay.
Okay, awesome.
We haven't seen any sign of the reclaimed either.
Good. I don't know of any reason they shouldn't have been able to follow y'all back there. The route everyone took, y'all should be good. We'll be taking a circuitous route. We're really not very far away from where we started, but we should be able to grab what we need and then head that way pretty quick. I'll check in about. I'll let you know when we leave Lakeside.
All right.
And okay, everybody mount up. Same position as earlier. Who's playing? You know what? Alex, you're playing Lucky Pierre this time. I'm driving.
Okay, so
Lucky Pierre.
The one between the other two.
Okay, I've never heard that phrase before.
Yeah.
Remember, someone can ride in the basket on the handlebars. It's not very fun if you have to take a lot of corners.
And we're gonna have to take several.
Yeah.
But I'd say we literally just book straight up, go and curve into Lakeside. Those two, the fences that are down that lead from the cul-de-sac directly to the gate.
Mm-hmm.
I just go through those with the ATV, bounce into Mariana's house, grab the 2 duffels, throw them on the ATV. I'm sure there's little fucking bungees, just bungee them down. Have Andy sit on top of the duffels.
Oh, there's a basket on the back of the ATV, so you can bungee it to that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those flat rack baskets, that meant for holding a cooler or something in place.
Yeah, I think that's where Andy was sitting. Was on one of those.
Oh yeah, that's where Andy was sitting.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah, Andy was sitting at one point on that.
Yeah. So now there's a little cushion for him.
Oh no, those duffels are big, dude.
Oh yeah, I know.
And
they're full of MREs.
Yeah.
They're going to be cushiony.
So Andy's gonna have to ride on the handlebars now because there's nowhere for Andy to sit.
Okay. Well, we strap Andy on top of the duffel.
All right.
No, okay, Andy, you're up front now. Hold on tight. and I'm gonna take the circuitous route that I kind of, since we're on the ATV, I'm just gonna go like literally down veterans. We're just kind of going in and out. We're gonna take
maneuvering between cars and everything like that.
yeah, we're gonna take one side road down, one side road back. Just I'm making sure that if anyone could possibly follow the tracks of this ATV, no, they can't.
No,
Like,
they can't.
yeah,
I
I'm
need,
going
I
through-
need a excuse me, a mobility roll.
isn't there a specific role set for vehicles in this system?
I think there is.
I just don't. There is vehicle stuff here.
Yeah,
just
I think
don't
they
remember
actually do
where
have
it
a vehicle something. But let me double
I
check.
literally say close combat, force, endure, mobility, range combat, stealth, scout, survival, tech, leadership, manipulation,
Combat
and
and
medicine.
healing vehicles.
That's healing vehicles. That's making repairs. That's tech roll.
Oh, is it?
Okay, cool. So just mobility.
Yep.
That's 4 dice. I just if there are mechanics for vehicles in different ways, and so I just was like, if we want
There's
to,
no-
Nope.
cash for-
Actually, it very specifically says vehicles in combat. When you drive a vehicle in
Well,
combat, you
combat.
can either choose the movement action or close combat. If you want to ram someone, roll for mobility to succeed in either case.
in this
It's
situation,
always
you're not in
mobility.
combat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In this situation, it would definitely be mobility
just mobility.
because of that.
Just wanted to show off the features to viewers. You know.
Yep. So this, for those of you who don't know, this is the Walking Dead TTRPG system made by Free League Publishing. I think Tipsy asked that when they came in. I'm going to put the link up in our chat because it is an amazing game. It uses the Year Zero engine, which if you've ever played Powered by the Apocalypse, it's somewhat similar. But the big differences between that and Powered by the Apocalypse is Powered by the Apocalypse only uses 2d6. This is a skill and a trait-based system, and it uses lots of d6. But unlike Powered by the Apocalypse, there's not a range in their TN. The only success is a 6 on a die, and you just count the number of successes you get. 2,
And for the new people, I roll crazy good.
he does.
I don't know why.
He
with
rolled 2
these sixes,
successes on 4 fucking dice.
And I just rolled 2 successes again on 7 dice.
Well, 7 dice is a lot, so that's okay.
I was like, in our previous game, I rolled 7 successes on 10 dice.
That was ridiculous. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, as you guys, well, sorry, not ladies and gentlemen. So as you guys are moving through, you're going a little bit slower because you're having to navigate through the cars and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But at the same time, anytime walkers start getting close or something like that, you just find a quick little straightaway and give it a gun, and you can outrun them easily.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not even trying to go fast right now. I'm more trying to just make sure I'm not leaving too much of a trail.
Mhm. And the
You
good
know.
news is, if you're not trying to go fast, you're kind of doing like the letting it idle thing and rolling it, and so
Yeah.
you're not making a shit ton of noise. So
Yeah.
you're really only retracting walkers that are on your street that you're on at the time.
Yeah.
And potentially you get some stragglers from off the sides whenever you go through across streets.
Yeah.
But that's about it. But it's going to take you. You're going back. You went back to the house, and now you're going back to.
I'm going to the White House.
Got it. So you start heading down the street. Yes.
Well, no, I'm taking a circuitous route to get to that house. This whole thing is me going through so no one can follow me back.
Got it.
I'm trying to make sure I don't leave like a trail of walkers. I'm trying to make it if someone was a good enough tracker to notice fresher vehicle tracks, I'm doing what the other people had to do, which was they went in a really roundabout way to get there, and I'm doing the same thing. Just I can go a little faster than them because I can move in and out. So I'm just kind of going further down and then back and doubling back through the neighborhood up there.
Gotcha. And that's basically the exact thing they did, but in foot. So,
Mhm.
All right. So you guys do like a snaking route
Basically, yeah.
and end up finally getting to the White House. It's going to take you a while then. Even on the ATV, it's going to take you at least 30, 45 minutes.
That's fine. And I let them know, hey, I'm leaving out. Once we get about 10 minutes in, I'm like, hey, we're making our way there. It's going to take a minute. We're just trying to make sure there's no way to really track us back.
You hear you get the same brother.
Yeah.
Gustav. He says like, no problem. He says, we haven't seen hide or hair anything except for walkers around here. He's like,
Good. But just keep an eye out.
He says, "Oh, since you took so long, Oh wait, you never buried the family, right?"
No,
Yeah,
I
he said,
didn't.
Since you took so
I
long,
asked them to. I had asked them to. Yeah.
He said, we already took care of our hosts.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I real quick, would you stop for a second? Did y'all check out the safe in the master bedroom yet?
Mm-mm. Haven't really. I mean, haven't really looked around. Most everyone's actually taking a rest.
That's okay. We'll be there in a minute. You know anything about safe cracking?
Know what? One time, me and my brother dragged a safe behind the truck down the street for about a quarter mile, but it didn't open.
Okay, don't worry about it then. We'll figure it out. While I'm doing this, while I'm making the circuitous route, can I roll a scout check and see if I see that SUV?
Yeah.
Cool. Now my scout is crazy, everybody. That's going to be 9 dice for me.
9 freaking dice.
9 dice. 7 for the actual skill, and then 2
How
stress.
do you have 7 in a skill? I thought you were going to have 5.
I have 5 for the attribute and 2 for the skill. That's 7 total.
Yeah, the
And then your
attribute.
stress pool. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
the
was thinking-
attribute can only be up to 5.
Yeah.
Everything else doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
3.
Okay. You're headed on this long, circuitous route.
Mhm.
You're trying to make sure you're not attracting any real attention where you're going, but you're also
Yeah.
trying to get as many problems between anyone who wants to try and track you.
Yeah.
And being able to be tracked.
Yeah.
So as you cut way back, and you're kind of way back by the other good God, bayou that cuts
Yeah,
through
yeah,
this town. It's basically down near the Grace Presbyterian Church.
Yeah.
West Espalanda crosses the bayou right there.
Across that canal over there? Yeah. I know what you're talking
You
about.
see in the bayou
Mm-hmm.
the back end of a jacked up SUV, and you can see that where the drove through the railing
Mm-hmm.
on the bridge and
Yeah.
crashed into the water.
Okay. I just kind of, guys, when you check this out, this might actually just help. This might save our fucking asses. This might be so fucking helpful. Okay, cool. Alex, take point. Andy.
It's in the middle of the bayou.
Well, you said the bayou or the canal?
It's a canal. Sorry.
Canal.
It's in the middle.
So
Of the
well,
canal's not deep.
Yeah, the canal's only 2 or 3 feet deep, and they're only about, those canals are only 10 foot wide.
Oh no. Nope. They are
me
not
take a
10
look
foot
at this
wide.
Let me just take a look at this canal.
Put it
Hold
this
on.
way, I could take sedans and line them up across the canal, and I could probably fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Do you mean the canal over here?
West Espalanda at the Grace Presbyterian Church.
Grace Presbyterian. Hold up. Where's my? Hold on. I'm just gonna search Grace. I know roughly where you're at, but
I can send you a loc.
I got it. Oh, and that part of the canal.
By the way, folks, we're actually using a map of New Orleans.
Well, Metairie, but yeah. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like calling Spring Houston. It's the same
Yeah.
thing. Okay, I see. So it's in the large canal, not the smaller canal.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, the one going north to south, not east to west.
Yeah, not east to west. Okay. Well, I stop and I take a look at it. Any walkers nearby? Like anything notable that's going to be a problem anytime soon?
There's decent amount of walkers around here. As you get this far out, this becomes more risky all the time.
Yeah.
Because the farther you get away from downtown,
Yeah.
the more you actually encounter some more congregations of walkers. Because
Because they
everyone
won't-
who fled from downtown
Mm-hmm.
would drag trails of walkers out here, and then
Yeah.
when they either got overrun or they made it away, the walkers would just start generalizing, moving around in here. So now these neighborhoods are kind of really overrun with walkers because they couldn't
Sure.
go on 10, they couldn't go on the bridges because the bridges are death traps.
Yeah. Okay, I see how big that canal is. Uh, well, I'm gonna look at the church. I'm gonna kind of like keep on because we're crossing we're on like Wilson, right?
Wait. Let me double check.
Because I would be staying off of
It's
West
hard to stay
Esplanade.
off main roads in here because you're gonna have to drive through subdivisions,
Yeah,
and because of the canals, most of these subdivisions leave this place at bridges only.
yeah. So
And
I
a
would,
lot of them, and like West Esplanada is
Yeah.
the only bridge over that canal. Period.
well,
This side of I-10.
well, you
No, wait,
see,
there's one
there's
more. Kawani.
Yeah,
Kawani
there's
Avenue.
there's a footpath one on 37th has a footpath, which we can take on the ATV.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I would be heading up Wilson. I guess when I saw it, Wilson is the direction I'd be heading, because I would try not to cross that major bridge there, just because usually there's walkers around those areas. But
Because almost always when you come up on a major bridge,
Yeah.
not a bridge, there's always some kind of accident there. Because
Yeah,
people trying to
and
force fight
walkers.
each other and everything like
yeah,
that.
they get caught and draw more in. So we kind of idle around onto Wilson, and I see it in the middle there. I take out my binoculars real quick and I look over at the church.
Mm-hmm.
Does the church look like it was boarded up? Because I've seen a lot of those before. A lot of people going to churches and hiding inside.
Actually, the church
Yeah.
does look like it's boarded up.
Yeah, parking lot full of vehicles and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to watch for being too loud.
It's not a big church, so
Yeah, I mean it's not a huge church, but that can still hold a congregation of 200 people and more if they just let people in. So you got to be careful with that shit. I take a look at the SUV, and do I see anyone inside? Do I see movement inside?
it's nose down in the water.
Well, I mean, if anything was like at the back area, you know,
No, actually, you don't see any movement.
any movement. Okay. Okay.
Give me a scout roll.
Scout. Okay. That once again 7. It's 1, 2, 3. One, two. Anyone want to mix this crazy? You want to give me a lend a hand? I have 3 5s. 3 successes and 3 5s.
I
Anyone
think
just
this
make
game
this-
has definitely taught me something. I'm going to start restricting cast from buying stuff with their stuff on the show they're on. So that way you guys can encourage more of your friends to come watch so people can buy stuff for you.
Oh, how is
Or the very least, if they already have like in the dice pool, so like if they have any success, it's a no go.
All right, so how many successes do you have?
Well, that would make 3 4.
Okay. So, this is something you spot.
Mhm.
Around the base of the SUV, there is the water here because how deep the SUV is. Either there's a lot of mud.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hydrate numbers. Either there's a lot of mud.
You're already ahead of you.
I know. And it's stretched and it like sunk in deep, or the water is much deeper than you thought.
Mm-hmm.
But you see that there is like the water is moving around the SUV, so you can see that little, you know, that little wake of the water around it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really go over it smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
Like it contours a lot, and every now and then you can see like a walker float to the surface and then go down the stream.
Mm-hmm. I figured as much. Andy, you got any more of those fireworks?
Andy goes and just like pulls like firecrackers out of their copious amounts of pockets. You don't know how.
It's like
Andy has
it's
this-
like a string of black cats or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you don't know how Andy has been hiding this in their clothing, but they have.
Okay. Okay. What I need y'all to do, take the ATV up. You see that bridge up there? Take the ATV up there. Go around. Come back up to this church here. I want you to take those fireworks, toss them as far as you can. Well, on the other side of the river here. I need to make my way to that SUV. Actually, you know what? Let's not make it that complicated. Fuck it. I'm just gonna walk over to the edge of the water. With that scout roll, how many walkers do I see bouncing off the car every so often? Because it can't be that many, like realistically. Actually, the water should be running towards Lake Pontchartrain. How many am I seeing move past? Like how frequently am I seeing it?
There is like every few minutes. A
Every
walker
few
goes
minutes.
by.
Walker
But-
goes by.
Where are you headed from?
I'm coming from. We're on Wilson, is where we should be.
Where the hell is Wilson?
Literally across the canal from Grace.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, so we're on that side, and I'm like going up to that rock, those rocks there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just
Are
kind
you
of
on the
going.
walking path that goes on that side of the canal?
Yeah, I'm like standing on that walking path, and I'm like, I take a rock, and I like toss it like towards the other side of the river, and I'm trying to see if I see any walkers come out of the mud and start moving that way.
So you skip the rock across the river,
Mm-hmm.
and fucking this walker hands has come up and are thrashing around through the surface of the water.
Gotta say, how many do I see?
You can't really estimate because they're like literally whipping the water into a froth.
Okay, cool.
And, like, Every time the stone skips,
Mhm.
fucking arms come out.
Come out from there. Cool.
Yeah. Apparently, this bayou is filled with walkers stuck in mud.
Great. Well, fuck it. It ain't worth it. We can get into it. I can figure it out. Okay, back on the ATV, guys. That was a long enough break. I'm gonna light a cigarette and take us up 37th. Make our way.
Got it.
I'll even give you my route from here because now I'm frustrated. Gonna take 37th. Go down Academy. Cut down Averon. Up to Cleveland Park. And then just straight down.
Got it.
I'm gonna, like, at this point, I go off Esplanada, I go up and down some streets. I'm just kind of, at a certain point, I start cutting through little back alley areas because some of these houses have
Yeah.
no fence lines, so I'm just tearing through.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
So you guys make it back to the enclosure.
We go in through the back way, of course.
It's the hole.
Well, no, the gate on the back side.
There was no gate on the backside.
On the on the White House. The garage is in
Oh,
the
the
back.
White House. The White House. I keep on forgetting. Yeah, thinking you're going back to the. Never mind. Yes, there's a way. There's there. Yeah, you can go through the back way because the
Two
driveway
things.
actually
One-
comes in from the back way. Huh?
Stretch.
Stretch.
Yep,
did that?
stretch. And two, when I went to do my stretch, my hand got caught and on my goggles.
Ooh, my hip popped. That felt nice.
Thank you for the stretch, Tipsy. All right, so you guys make it to the White House. You have to manually roll the fence because it's got no power.
Yeah.
But you roll the gate out of the way. You come into the driveway. You can see the big truck over the driveway.
Yeah.
But when you roll the fence back, you can see the minivans there too.
Yeah.
So you guys get up, and as you guys come out, actually, as you move the fence, when you start moving the fence, one of the brothers is actually right there, and he just pops up. He's got an AR, I guess, and he's like, "Oh, thank God." I thought it was you guys because I heard something like the ATV coming, but I didn't want to take any chances.
Yeah. Oh, and
he helped you open the fence so you can bring the
Gotta
ATV.
say, I walked the ATV like the last 2 or 3 blocks.
Oh yeah, then you probably almost got shot.
Yeah. Oh, and when I walked up, I would have given like a little, like I ain't dumb. I give a little, just some kind of noise to be like, "Hey, it's me." Just
That's
a
pretty much
noise to, yeah.
So
There's no random.
just some kind of noise to let them know it's you. Like, "Hey, don't fucking shoot me."
Gus. Frank, don't blow my head off. Thank you.
I feel like at this point, because Coco is pushing the ATV down, Andy has shifted onto the ATV and is
She's
just like
pretending to drive
riding.
Is steering it for me. Thank you, Andy.
it. Alex, are you helping him push?
No.
No, I'm in front of him in case with my gun, just keeping an eye.
It's a neutral. I've pushed heavier things.
I know. So you guys, yeah, you push the ATV into the gate.
Again, Andy is 90 pounds soaking wet.
So you push the ATV into the gate. They close the gate up. Like most of the adults come out of the house, and they come calling over to you guys, and it's like, so what's going on?
I have a way out for you. Today. In the next, and I check 3 hours.
So we picked up every single supply we could. We've got everything we could pack.
I was like, good. You know that fishing boat y'all know about down on the down?
Yeah, we just couldn't
Down the
get it
way?
started.
Okay, we got some guys who can get it started for you.
And they're not going to just take the boat.
No, they have other means of getting out of here. I give them kind of look. They're people trying to help. They look kind of scary. They're probably dangerous, but they're not dangerous to us.
Thank you, Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea special.
God damn it, Sweet Tea. You magnificent bastard.
You magnificent bastard.
Oh.
I might have popped my back.
I'm glad I refilled my water a minute ago.
I gotta
Oh, that
I gotta
was a
open that
good
one.
pop.
Thank you, Sweet Tea. That was a good pop.
Ah.
Okay.
Now, I don't know how small you are, Alyssa, but I feel like we don't have the same size water bottle. I'm hoping not. Nah, you have to step up from that.
She's
Okay,
not-
this is a 12-ounce Red Bull for size.
Yeah, no, we
She's
don't.
not. She's not.
That small.
So she. I mean, she's not.
I'm
that big.
small, but I'm not
She's
that small.
She's like you're like at least 5'4", right?
Okay, you're Malaya's height. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like 5'4.5", 5'5".
I give them the rundown of what's going on. I let them know. There's no reason to fucking do that. Do all of that. I am gonna go ahead and roll a leadership roll,
Okay.
and I'm gonna explain to them that they have a way out. We're not going with them. Anyone who would like to go with Andy, Alex, and I are more than welcome to.
And they all look at each other, and the brother's like, one of Gus looks
One
at you and goes,
success on leadership.
"Cool." Gus looks at you and goes, "Where are you going?"
I'm going to find my family. Why I'm here in the first place. Long story short, we got separated about 200 miles ago. I came here on foot from Shreveport. I missed them by about a week. And I looked around this area, got a little bit of direction. The people that are coming to help you gave me more direction. I know where they're heading now. I'm going to find my wife and family.
Gus and Frank look at each other. Hydrate, by the way, numbers. Gus and Frank look at each other, and Frank goes over and starts talking to what's his name and his wife. And
Juan and Aaron.
Juan and Aaron, yeah. And he kind of like Juan looks at them and he said, his voice is raised a little bit. And he's like, and he like Gus Frank was actually kind of whispering.
Yeah.
And Juan is like, look, this is an out loud voice. He's like, look, you can go wherever you want to go. I'm not saying we couldn't use your help. He says, but if you want to go your own way, go your own way. He says, if we can get on that boat, we have the chance to try and find some place that's safe. We can just go along the coast and keep trying places until we can find some place. He says, I want to find some place where we can make somewhere safe for the kids. It's like, we would rather have you with us, but we can't force anyone to do anything.
I took a moment, take a beat. Gus, Frank, I would love to have you with me. But we are about to be going, I don't know how far. I don't know how quick we're going to be moving. I don't know where this is going to take us. But if you want to go with me, you can. But I want you to understand, y'all haven't been on the road. Not recently. It's a different fucking world. I just want you to know what you're getting into, Shay.
And Gus is who's going by you. And he looks at you and he says, "Mon frère, you are good at what you do." He's like, "You can find yourself some grub. You can find your way around." He's like, "But once you get out of that city, that's where we live." He says, "If there ain't nothing alive that we can't track, there's nothing alive in this. There's nothing in this town, in this place that we can't skin or cook." And he says, "And there's nothing out here that we can't identify whether it's poisonous or not.
Well,
If you're going on the road, we're more used to you than we are to them if they're going on the water."
well, look, Gus, I'm no spring chicken, my friend. But I would appreciate it. I do. Especially to have some fellow Cajuns with me, you know. By the way, if you don't know, and I go over to my duffel and I'm like, I pull out the little metal box that's in there, a little about this big metal box, and I go, "I don't know if you've had this in a while," and I open it up and it's just seasonings. It's just seasonings that I've scavenged from houses. And I kind of pull out, like, I pull out the shit that I know they'll enjoy. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's yours. Take it. So everyone needs to make a decision. Aaron, Juan, I know where you're going.
They both nod.
Anyone else who wants to go with me on this honestly insane quest to find my family?
I think you rolled how many successes on your leadership roll?
One. It was on leadership, but it was one. I got
Gotcha.
one success.
So a lot of other people like look at you and they look guilty, but like no one else really volunteers.
Well, and I want to be very clear. No one needs to feel bad if they don't want to go. It's going to be very dangerous. I don't know if I'll ever fucking find them, but it's the only purpose I have. What else do we have if not family? And if anything, all of you are a family at this point.
Aaron steps up to you and says, "You realize they may not be alive anymore."
I look her very seriously in the eye. I promise you, they are.
She says, "I have one proposal for you. Come with us along the coast. Help us find something, set it up, and make it safe. And then all of you can go find them and bring them back. And we will always have one place to stay. And we can all be one family."
Give me 1 second
Okay.
out of game. I need to see something real quick.
Sure. What, Alex? What are you doing?
At this point, probably take another caffeine pill, depending on how much time has passed since I last had the other one. Just keep my ass awake.
It's been at least an hour. So
Okay, never mind about that. The caffeine pill wouldn't have worn off that fast.
nope, it just started hitting about 30 minutes ago.
So then at that point, I'm probably just gonna be out front, like just in front of the house again.
To describe what you're in, because I don't know if you guys remember it, because this is only Coco's character's been here before.
Oh, yeah.
This is a walled yard, and the wall's like 8 feet tall, and it's brick.
Okay.
Inside the walled area, there's like a nice little yard. This is a very modern style cubist house. It's like a big block just dropped on the end of the street.
It borders on brutalism, but it
Yeah.
has it has a touch of flair to it. Like, I don't hate this house, but I don't love this house.
Yeah, we actually looked at it's a real house.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's a lovely house. It's just not my vibe.
Yeah. And so there's a garage door in the back, and the actual entrance to the garage and the back area, there's a gate on the backyard fence that goes out to the next street over. So they own the entire double lot going through that.
Okay.
And so the house is 2 stories, huge, gorgeous. It's, you know, it's got like hardwood floors running throughout and everything like that. It's obviously wealthy people.
Yeah.
And
I got you.
yeah, it's a well-appointed house, and it was not really trashed. The ground floor is messy. There's obviously been some, and I know that Coco told you that he met a walker in here,
Yeah.
and so there's obviously the signs of that combat and that fight. But there's very little food. There's like no food. Like there's a couple of cans of like you know, canned vegetables and stuff like that, and even some cans of dog food that are in the pantry.
Yeah.
But, like, that's it.
Okay. The second floor, does it have like an actual balcony area or?
I don't think so. I don't remember seeing one. Let me see if I
Okay.
can find it again real fast. But I'll
It
check
does.
It does?
Um,
Is it overlooking the street or the back of the house?
there's a stairwell up to like a balcony looking out towards the lake.
Okay. Yeah, so Alex would probably be up.
There's actually 2 balconies.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Alex would probably be up on that balcony, kind of looking out the water, while his mind's somewhat racing now the caffeine pills kicking in.
So, looking out over the lake,
Mhm.
you don't see any boats or anything like that. I mean, you see a boat or 2, but they're like drifting.
Still, they're just like, yeah,
No, they're drifting on the lake. There's obviously no one driving them. You know,
yeah.
they're just going wherever the waves are taking them.
Sailorless.
Huh?
Cold list. There you go.
Okay. Oh, did you show him the house?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And so it is pretty much a situation where you're just looking out at an empty lake. And the wind is moving the waves, churning them.
Minus the occasional bobbing walker.
Yeah, there's some walkers floating around, of course. Actually, you're watching the lake, and there's this walker that's kind of just floating on its back. And it's near the shore, relatively. And it's floating on its back, and you can see it like, because it's only like maybe 100 yards from you, at even that.
Yeah.
No, it's about 50 yards from you. And it's laying on its back, and its jaw is moving, like it's like and it's just like kind of floating there. And then you see what looks to be a shark come up and like clamp on its arm and pull it under the water.
Bull sharks, baby.
Yeah.
In
Life,
that fucking lake.
finds a way.
Life. Bull sharks can live comfortably both in salt and non-salt waters.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
why you can
actually-
find a.
Hence
This is
why it's a
actually brackish
double
water, so-
life
Yeah.
finds a way.
Yeah. That's why you can find them going up the Mississippi.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
As
Um,
far north as Michigan.
Mhm.
Fuck off! God damn it! Oh, I got my foot too close to Rogue, and she decided to claw. Okay.
As soon as you started doing that, I had a feeling.
Yeah, I was
Yep.
like, Rogue?
Yeah, I'd say that was also just uncanny timing for the shark bit too, though.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but when I see that, I'm just like, oh, there's another reason I don't go on the water. I'm just gonna go right back in.
Andy, what are you doing?
Andy's probably spending a little bit of time with the kids before we'll probably never see these kids ever again.
Yeah, the kids are actually like playing downstairs, and they're just doing the kid thing. But
Yeah.
normally it would be kids running around screaming, laughing, and everything like that. This is kids. You can hear them stomping and running around, but there's no noise other than that.
Most apocalypse kids are quiet.
Until they don't have to be again. I discussed with Aaron and Juan, and I let them know, as much as I appreciate it, we have a place we're going. We have a place we want to go to. It's just an idea, and at this point, it's kind of all you have. I give him the explanation that I don't want to put them at risk, because if I see a sign of my family, if I see what I know to be a sign of them, I don't care where they're going. I'm going, and I don't want to be that burden on them. I know I would be helpful in a lot of ways, but I do not wish. I said, and I tell them, if you want to do anything for me, if you want me to get on that boat with you, I only go as far as
The other side of the lake.
you drop me off in Slidell.
Is that-
On your way through, we hit that there's a neighborhood across outside of Slidell that you can drop me right there.
And Juan says, he's like, that won't be any problem at all.
I'm about to say it'll be a pretty short trip, but I'll appreciate it. It'll keep me from having to be on I-10. But that's the direction I know they went, and that's where I have to look for my next route.
And I'm assuming that you got this on good enough of authority that you trust it.
I trust it, yeah, and trust me, I'll know. I know what to look for when I get there. I'll know pretty quick if I'm right or not. As far as I'm aware, they're about 2 weeks ahead of me. And there was a larger group, so a smaller group should catch up faster.
It says, we're going to give you a lot of time back just by kicking you across the bridge. You know, who
Yeah.
knows how long it took them to get across I-10.
I go over to the garage and I pull it up, and I was like, I was really looking forward to driving this. And I just motioned towards the Audi.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to that.
He looks at the Audi. He's like, where are you going to take this? You can't
Oh.
even make it halfway down the block.
Oh, buddy, I was going to make it fucking work. I was going to take this on Lakeshore Drive. I was going to take my way down. I was going to get this thing places. There are roads that aren't fully packed. There are some out there, guys. I promise you.
No. Remember what I said about the subdivisions? Like nothing really on the road, streets at all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and once you get out of cities, you have full clear highways. I was just
Yeah.
really looking forward to driving this Audi through the highway down back roads. That was my goal. I'll appreciate the ride, but we do need to be bouncing here pretty shortly. So gather up everything you can, get in your vehicles. We're gonna have them meet us really just right over here because we have a perfect shot from here down to that down there. So everyone, let me know when you're packed. I have one thing to take care of. I'm just gonna go take a look at that safe.
Okay.
It had an electric lock on it, right?
Yes.
As well as a key.
Yes.
Battery power's dead to it.
No, the electric lock has power. It's not on the house power. It's
Okay.
only been 6 months. Those batteries last years.
Hey, Andy, come with me. Last roll of the game. Andy, tech roll. Me with a, you tell me what you want it to be. And I'm gonna try to pick the lock.
Oh, there's no
I've got
lock
my-
picking this. This is safe cracking. Totally different.
Well,
You need to make a tech roll either way.
Yeah,
Tech roll
it
either
means
way?
tech roll
Okay.
either way.
so me and Andy doing a, well, he said it's
There's a
got
success
key,
there.
So I'm using my lockpick thing. I'm using my little lockpick gun. So Andy's doing a tech to get through the keypad,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going after the key mechanism.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Andy got it.
How many successes did you get?
There's one, but there's also 2 5s on there. So if I need more
I've
than
got
one to
one
get it,
success.
Mhm.
I've got one success on the stress. Oh, that was a long walk. 1 success. 2 success.
3 success. Ha, ha, ha.
4 fucking successes in total on the lock.
ah.
Well, you have no problems getting the key to click.
Yeah. Yeah.
When the key clicks,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't actually unlock the safe. The
Yeah.
key unlocks a small cabinet door that pops open in the front of the safe, where
Mhm.
there's a manual dial for a manual combination.
With
It's-
four
it's-
successes, does that carry over to me somehow figuring out the combination?
No,
No.
no.
Uh,
What you need is a stethoscope and the knowledge of what tumblers sound like.
I don't have that, but I do have a house full of shit.
Andy
Uh,
does.
Andy, you cracked safes.
Andy
Andy.
was not exactly a good person before the
Yes, but
apocalypse.
bad people don't necessarily own safes.
But so I do have a question.
Yeah.
Knowing people,
Mhm, mhm.
and having been through this house and spent a little time here,
Mm-hmm.
did I see any wedding photos?
Mm-hmm.
I go find a wedding photo, I turn it over. Do I see a date for the wedding?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try
on
that.
the bottom left corner in this little embossed thing.
Okay.
It says
I'm gonna try.
dreams are forever, blah 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 blah.
I'm gonna try that combination on the Tumblr system.
Yep. Good thought. Nope.
No.
Nope.
I look for baby photos.
Yeah, there's some.
First son. Firstborn son.
Go ahead.
Date.
Yeah.
Does it work?
Nope.
Nope.
I will tell you what, you're not going to get it for one very important reason. They did one of the funniest things you can ever do with a combination lock.
They randomized it.
No, a combination lock already comes with the initial combination.
Oh my god.
If you just never change it and you memorize it, it's a
Hold
completely
on.
randomized combination.
If that's the case,
Mm-hmm.
is there a gap between the safe and the wall?
Mm,
Like, is it pressed flush or is there a small gap? Because, like, with base molding, there should be a gap of a little bit.
I think there is, yeah.
Yeah.
But remember, the safe is bolted to the floor.
Yeah, I'm not trying to move it. I'm trying to just get my way back there, flashlight, and see if I can see the very, very common on these kind of safes, the little sticker on the back with the original safe combination.
Oh,
Can
no.
I roll a luck check?
Okay,
No?
go ahead, roll up.
Yeah.
I'll give it to
You-
you if you roll like 7 successes. Or just roll
usually-
a d6. Roll a
That's
d6.
a D6. Am I going high or low?
You're gonna go high, but if you hit, it has to, 6 is the only thing that'll get you moving, and then if you roll that 6, you have to keep rolling. What I want to see is 2 6s in a row.
One.
Okay.
And a 2. A 6 and then a 2. My luck can't go on forever,
I
people.
know. All right, so you basically, yeah,
So
there's nothing back
hold
there.
on.
The only thing you can
It's-
see, go ahead.
Hold on. It's there. Can't read it. It's smudged. It's gone. There's
Yeah.
no reading it.
There's a serial number plate back there. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, so Andy, you got 3 successes on the digital lock.
No, I got 1, but there's 2 5s there if I
Okay.
need to have someone give me a lend a hand.
So
If anyone besides us.
I don't know how many people are still awake besides us. But
We got 7 people in here.
I know. So you guys, Andy, as you're looking at the number pad and everything like that, describe to me how you would be trying to crack the digital portion of this safe. If you give me a good general idea, then I can just go from there. But if this doesn't
So-
know, then we can just make something up.
So if this is just like a home safe, the numbers eventually do start to wear a little bit because like those
They're rubber
the little
buttons with paint.
plastic
Yeah.
doesn't print well all the time. So like if you use a couple numbers a handful of times, like they will start wearing down. So I think it's just a case of like there were only a handful of permutations that it could have been based on, like how worn certain numbers were, and it was probably a case of like something like it was 3366.
So pretty much you get like there's 3 numbers that are more worn than the others. So it makes it a little bit harder because it makes it a bigger, it makes it like at least one of those numbers had to been used twice. And so it takes you a while longer, like a decent while. But you finally do get the safe if you're willing to commit an hour. No, not an hour. If you're willing to commit about 15 minutes to keying in codes.
Gotta say, I will, with the number of successes I have, can I brainstorm with them for numbers? Like what
There's
number?
only certain numbers that can be made. There's only three numbers used. You just don't know what number is repeated.
Yeah. Well, basically, with having those 3 numbers used, there is likely people are not creative. We think we are, we're not. We all typically find if there's 3 numbers, there is at some point there are numbers that make more sense than others. Usually they're important to someone or they mean something, but there's usually something in there that is connected. So I'm just asking, with the brainstorming, could we cut that down to 45 minutes?
Oh no, I said it's 15, not 45.
Oh, 15.
Yeah.
Oh, 15. Oh, never mind.
I realized that even if you were putting in random codes for this, there's, it would, you can put in codes pretty fucking fast.
Yeah.
There's only a 4-digit code. So, all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, the safe pops open after 15 minutes. When you open up the safe, inside the safe, there is the usual things you would find inside some safe. There's a bunch of bond certificates. There's and a bunch of stuff like in the kids' names and stuff like that. A bunch of there's a decent pile of cash, probably about 10 grand, in wrapped bills.
Sorry, what did this NRA nut have in this fucking safe? Get to the juicy bits. We're just.
Oh, you're talking about what did he have in weaponry? In
Yeah.
his safe? You see that there are 2 spaces of the 10 spaces for rifles that are empty.
Figured. Yeah.
Inside the safe, though, you do see several things that look kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
One moment. There's a Benelli shotgun.
The Brunelli M4.
Yeah.
I picked that up, and I just kind of, okay.
And so there's a Benelli M4. There are 2 very customized ARs.
Cool.
Both of them are pretty much customized for a person's particular shooting style.
Yeah.
They're both set for right-handed.
Okay.
They're both, one of them has just a single laser optic scope,
Mhm.
single beam.
Yep.
The other one has the eagle with the little
Mhm.
dot in the middle.
Yeah.
And so those are there. There is a 30-06 that's obviously like a deer hunting rifle.
Mhm.
And it's got a very nice scope on it. And let's see, there's 1, 2, 3. There is a. Do you know what a Holland and Holland is?
God damn it! I know too much. Believe so.
Okay.
A what? What was the
Holland
question
Holland and
about?
Holland. It's an Holland and Holland over and under.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
It is a shotgun. It's not. I don't know if Holland and Holland is still around, but
They
Holland
are.
and Holland.
Oh yeah, it's the. Is it the? It's an over and under. Okay, it's not the 3-barrel Holland and
No,
Holland,
it's
which
the
is what
Faberge.
I thought.
It's the
I
Faberge
immediately
over
said-
and under.
Okay, they're oh
Yeah,
they make
this shotgun is a collector's item.
yeah they're beautiful.
Yeah, it's worth $250,000.
Yeah. That's what I thought when you said it. I was like, those are like, aren't those Spanish double barrels? Are those my Spanish
No,
doubles?
they're English.
The English ones. Okay.
And so that's one thing. Apparently, this guy had like really like. Oh, you also see in the walls in the bedroom that there is like skeet shooting medals and shit like that.
Yeah.
So this guy was apparently a skeet shooting enthusiast.
Yeah.
And so there's like 3, I guess you call them professional skeet shooting rifles that are in there. They're loaded with they're designed for long range birdshot type stuff, so they're not really effective for this. But the last thing in the last slot is something that I guess I don't know if you've ever thought you'd see one other than in a picture book, but it is a Purdy side by side. And it's even rarer than the standard Purdy. It's the one with the blued barrels.
Ooh, I grab that and I go, I am going to be really upset sawing you off, but it's going to happen. I know they function well. That's all that matters nowadays. I pull all those out and I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm running them out and throwing them on the bed, and I'm just like, Alex, I holler for Alex. Come here, buddy. I need you to look at some shit. Everybody else too. That's fine. I look for a false bottom in the safe.
Make me a tech roll. Andy, you see him like just bringing all these shotguns out of the safe. None of them look practical. The barrels aren't cut off. The stocks are long. 2. Okay, so you do find that the safe. You have to take out all the rifles, but you can. The bottom plate.
They're all out and they're all in the bed. Yeah.
You can take out the bottom plate of the safe.
Mm-hmm.
When you pull the bottom plate of the safe out, there is there's 3. Hang on one second. I gotta find it. I gotta remember the name of them. Oops, I can't type.
I know what's legal in Louisiana, and I know people will buy them, but not want everyone to know they have them. That's kind of where I was going.
What were you looking at?
I was looking to see if he had silencers. They're not uncommon for ARs. Yeah.
No.
They're totally legal with stamps, and he has clearly enough money to have them. So.
Yep.
But most people still keep them put away.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So what you actually see in there is there are 2 92 GTs Berettas.
Wait, 92 GTs?
Yeah. 92 GT full size standards.
Yeah.
They're not the highest end Beretta there is, but they're very functional, very well respected pistols.
Yeah.
And they are set up with the silencers. There's 2 silencers for each one. There is several mags in there already loaded and ready to go.
Yeah.
But one of them, you notice, is got a modification kit on it.
Does it have a small flip down for your hand to go on the front of it?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
I grab I look at my Beretta, and I'm like, and just put it back. I grab these 2, and I grab. When we were in here earlier, there's several duffel bags, like range bags. I just grabbed the range bag. I put all 3 of the Berettas in there. You ain't going nowhere, baby. Someone else can have these. And I just start pulling all the ammo that's in there, just throwing it in there.
So when you're pulling the Berettas out of the case,
Mm-hmm.
or out of the thing, they're kind of like a foam. As you do that, one of them sticks a little bit and the foam kind of lifts up.
Mm-hmm.
And when you pull that out,
Mm-hmm.
you see that there are extended clips
Mm-hmm.
that are about 1 foot long each.
Yep.
Probably holding about 75 rounds each.
Yep.
And you see there's boxes of ammo.
Mm-hmm.
And the boxes are hollow point Hydroshox.
Ooh, okay.
And
Yeah.
they're illegal.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
These are bullets that are designed to go through Kevlar.
Yep. I grab those boxes. I set them in the duffel. I grab those boxes, set them in the duffel. I start pulling out all the.
Because he was an NRA guy and he had to be ready if he had to defend his family from cops.
Yeah, and now I have them to put through any reclaim that I see.
So, not including the 2 92 GTs and those mags and the Purdy side by side. What were the other shotguns in the thing again, or the other weapons in the case?
Well, there was the Bernoullis, and those are like That's like his highest end working shotgun.
The
Heavyweight.
the Brunelli
How many-
M4, the semi-auto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, oh yeah, I know, but how many of those were there?
There's only one.
Okay,
There
so
was
Bernoulli's,
three.
Purdy.
I can look some up for you later, but there was 3 competition shotguns. And what they are is they have thin down barrels. They're lighter. They're designed to be moved and shot quickly.
Yeah,
And they're only designed to carry light shot, because if you try and fire a heavy shot through them for a while, you're gonna burn the barrel out, because it's gonna rip the barrel apart as it goes through it. There is the Bernoulli. There's the
I got the Bernoulli, the 3 competition, the Purdy, the 2 92 GTs with silencers.
and the what was the other one? The other one was the Holland and Holland,
And the 30
Over-under.
6 rifle.
and the 30-06
And-
rifle.
And 2 customized ARs.
Hold on. You said 30-06.
Mhm.
Yep.
Lever or bolt?
The 30-06 bolt.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a hunting rifle.
Hey, you never know. Maybe they had a Winchester.
Yeah, but the bolt is easier to keep if you miss the first shot, the bolt gives you a better chance of getting the second one.
Okay, and then hold on. Holland 30-06. What was the last one again?
2 customized ARs.
The ARs. Thank you.
Mhm. One was basically they're both set for kind of medium range, and they're basically set up to. And you do find those Hydroshock rounds for the
For
ARs
those
as
too.
well.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys have kind of wrapped up everything in here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just gonna call the others in and tell them, look, I'm gonna take this and this. Hell you
people-
all.
They come in as like, oh, thank God, there's weapons, blah blah blah. And
Yeah.
everyone start. They quickly find out who can use them and who can't. Gus and Frank just take the ARs.
Yep. I let them the
Yeah.
wholeheartedly.
Gus sees the Purdy and he stops, and he was like, "Yeah, end of the fucking world," and I finally see one. Fuck.
And I showed them, like, I have the Holland, and I was
Yeah.
like, you see it, but it's gonna be changed. I feel kind of bad about it, but it'll work forever.
He says, "Yeah." He's like,
Yeah.
"Apocalypses suck." He leaves. And I think that's actually a good place to stop for the night.
Yep.
Because we're over time.
Yeah.
So,
I will say Alex will definitely be taking the Bernoulli though.
You want the Bernoulli? It's a really good fucking shotgun. Holy shit.
I mean, again, it's the M4. That was the standard shotgun for the Army too at the time.
Mhm. So we're going to go ahead and wrap things up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you had a good time. We were playing The Walking Dead, a TTRPG by, and now my brain just went out my ear.
Freely Publishing
Thank you very much. Freely
in the
Publishing.
Year Zero engine.
Yes. And if you want to find it, you can find it in the link that I'm putting in chat right now. They offer both PDF and physical copies, but they also package where you can get the PDF and the physical copy for one price. If you want to try and play this game, it is a wonderful, wonderful game. It has a really smooth mechanic to it that does not interrupt a lot of the RP, and is actually very usable within the RP. And the stress system is something that I absolutely love. So, all that being said, I'm going to let these wonderful people tell you where you can find them on the massive, massive interwebs. And then on Twitch, we're going to go ahead and raid out into another stream. And we're going to take our audience, jump into their audience. Please say hi to them when you get there, if you can. Refresh your screen, because we do this to help build community. And by doing that, we're trying to get their analytics up so they can get more views too. So what we're going to do, when you refresh your screen when you get in there, it refreshes your view and counts it as a new view. When you come in with a raid, it only counts the raid person who brought you in as the view. Everyone else is kind of just in limbo. It's not a good thing on the whole system for Twitch, but it works. But on our other social medias, we're going to bid you good night. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and we will see you on Tuesday for Emerald Sanctums. And we will talk to you guys later. But first, before we say goodbye, Coco, where can people find you on the massive interwebs?
Primarily, actually, almost solely right now, you can find me on TikTok at the hipster GM. That is the_hipster_GM. That's really all I'm doing right now. A couple of things in the works on other things, but nothing really going on just yet. If you want to find me over on Instagram, you can, and Threads. That's really about it.
Got it.
There we go.
Alyssa, where can people find you on the massive interwebs?
Hi, you can find me on all the places with the buttons as Geek Girl Alyssa. On Wednesdays, I am currently in a Demigods game over on Beggar Street at 8 p.m. Eastern. When I'm not doing that, I'm doing my things on TikTok, Threads, Twitch, and the like. And right now, I'm playing through Mass Effect series.
Dun, dun.
Oh.
I've been seeing that. I've never actually played Mass Effects, so now I'm watching your playthrough.
It's fun. I'm enjoying it.
And finally, Kel, where can people find you on the massive interwebs?
Yeah, I was like, time for my monologue. Now again, you guys can find me on Twitch and TikTok under the handle Celtic Wyvern King. You can find me every Monday on the Halfling Wizard Productions, either for Windrise of Aria, which will be this Monday, which is a TTRPG using a brand new system called Surge. It is awesome. On the opposite Mondays will be Orlea Origins, which is a 5e campaign. On Wednesday, every other Wednesday for the time being, because we're almost done with it, you can find me also on Halfling Wizard Productions for a short shot campaign called Roguelite, where we are literally doing a roguelite. If we die, we go back to the beginning of the path. Once that's over, though, every other Wednesday I'll be starting campaigns on my own channel. One is a 5e campaign called a God's Challenge. It will be set in the world of Theros, which is the Greek setting in Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering is all the same thing at this point with WotC.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, excuse me. It's midnight my time, so yawning is starting to kick in.
Yep.
On the opposite Wednesdays, I'll be starting my own Surge campaign called Honor Regained, where a special ops team gets burned, and they have to figure out who burned them and why. On every other Thursday, once Roguelite's done, you can find me at Halfling Wizard Productions also for a 5e campaign we run there, Reign of Vecna. Every other Friday, obviously, you can find me here for Walking Dead Jazz Funeral, where I roll complete shit because the dice hate me as a player.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then on the opposite Fridays on my own channel as well for my Stargate 5e campaign. I wasn't joking about the monologue. That's pretty much what it is at this point.
I know. And of course, you can find these incredible creators' links in the chat right now. We would ask you to do us one favor. If you can, go follow their links back and give them a like or a follow. We would all do this because, no matter what, because we love what we do. But when we make creations, it's mostly just for us. But if someone takes that time to go back and actually give us a like or a follow on something we created, it is a rush that we cannot begin to describe, and we're always incredibly grateful. So do that for these players if you can. If you want to follow all of Dinner and Games socials, I just messed up on typing it. You can find them in our link tree, which is also in chat right now. Remember, we do have our merch store where we're selling amazing shirts like this one that says, "Only the tears of my players can quench my thirst. Cry for me." And these are wonderful shirts, super comfy, and they have these cool memes on the front and Dinner and Games logo on the back. So if you want to support the show and you want to get a cool shirt, please go check it out. They're at our website at dinnerandagame.net. If you do that, we would be so grateful. We can't even begin to tell you, because every single dime we get goes to helping Dinner and Game improve the quality of our programming and bring you more programming, such as the stuff that Ren is going to be running for you on Saturdays starting at the end of this month. So we hope you guys are here for that. We hope you guys enjoyed everything we went through tonight, and we hope we see you back here next time. Remember, at Dinner Game, we always save you a seat at the table, so do what you can to make yourself safe. Social distance where you can, wear a mask when you can. Almost all of us went to Gen Con. Almost all of us got COVID. It's the new con crud. It's going to be here forever, folks. So just take care of yourselves. We want you to have all your spell slots available so you can be able to join us or any other stream that you want to and really be able to enjoy it. So do what you can to protect yourselves. We're going to, like I said, on Twitch, we're going to raid. On our other socials, we're going to bid you good night. And we're going to go ahead and do that now. So you guys hang out in Twitch for a second, and everywhere else, we love you and have a good weekend.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
When I sit across the table from you, once a week, a month, or like every free 6 months depending on people's schedules. So the clickety-clack of dice in our crew keep me warm inside before we smack down an evil cold just to gain a level. And we roll. And we rolled a critical hit to the heart. People grow up, forget how to play, but not us, no. We laugh due to a dad joke or innuendo. Probably it's how every adventure that we create is our own cinematic universe, and it ties us together, and we will never forget. We roll. Yeah. Yeah, we roll. We rolled a critical hit to the heart. We will never, never, ever forget. 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 We roll. And yeah, we roll. We roll. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled a critical hit to the heart.
Dinner and a Game and Many Worlds Taverns have partnered together to bring incredible teas and coffees to the Dagger family. And now you can get 10% off of your orders when you use the promotional code Dinner and a Game, all one word, no spaces, at checkout. And if you use our link, manyworldstaverns.com/dinner and a game, we get a little bit back from Many Worlds Taverns as well. Support excellent products from an incredible small business and help support Dinner and a Game at the same time. And always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table.